is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a big bow box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a big bow box at your front door. It's bow time.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of '94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, welcome in to a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. What a great time to be a sports fan with playoff baseball going on. You got NFL tonight, you got college football tonight, and your Pirates have won 3 straight games. Big one coming up on the road this weekend against UCF. We'll talk about it all on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live on 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250 at 930. We are live online, pr927fm.com. And we on Facebook and YouTube today, guys? We are. That is a good sign. You can watch the program on Facebook Live. Chime in there with your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, and be a part of today's show. We are also on YouTube, so go to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. You can see the interviews with Mike Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, and Blake Harrell from Wednesday in their entirety right there on YouTube. All right, coming up on today's show, we'll talk to one of my favorite redheads in all the world, Zach Maskavich, down in Orlando, Florida. He works for WESH, covering UCF, among other things. And we will talk about the Knights, who are banged up. And not only are they physically hurt, their feelings are hurt after losing a couple games in a row. So what's the mood down there in Orlando? We'll talk about it with Zach coming up in about 3:20. At around 3:40, we'll hear Mike Houston comments from Wednesday's post-practice as he talked to the media, getting ready for the Knights on Saturday. At 4 o'clock, Kevin Monroe, color analyst on the Pirates IMG Learfield Network, joins us to give his thoughts briefly. I know we're beyond it now, but haven't talked to him since the Tulane game. So we will briefly touch on that and then talk about ECU's chances to win on Saturday against the Knights of UCF. So Kevin Monroe joins us at 4 o'clock. We'll hear from Donnie Kirkpatrick after that, what he had to say yesterday. Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus, joins us to preview Thursday night football, your NFL slate for Sunday, and a little college football talk as well with the big man in hour 2. We got Touchdown, Tony Collins, coming up at 5 o'clock, and then Blake Harrell comments in that 5 o'clock hour as well. So is that enough? That's a packed show for you here on a Thursday. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt is here. Intern Macon as well. Now on a Thursday, Steve Hill on Facebook Live says, Clipper! And then he says, dude. Who was it that asked me? You know, our fifth quarter show, people become like fans of the callers, and it was a fellow Washington fan came up to me at AJ's on Sunday as I was watching the game and said, did Captain Bill call in? I said, no, we ain't heard from Captain since they look real bad against Charleston Southern.
Yeah,
I think it was when he called in. And then he asked if he said, Kyle LaGrange, did he call? I was like, yeah, he called in.
Yep.
So he got he said he listened to some of the show, but the listeners out there have their own favorite callers and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's pretty neat. That could be Captain Bill right there. Dude! All right. Dude! Chandler, how you doing today?
Good, man. How about you?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Hey, I care about my Clipper.
I'm kind of I'm excited. Excitement time. Just that we got
excitement time.
Braves are playing tomorrow. You got baseball today. Great game last night. Yes. Wish the Cardinals would have won.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. You've got football on tonight, both college and pro. East Carolina's won 3 in a row. The football team looks to get over 500 Sunday. Your Panthers trying to bounce back. 4-1 would look really nice.
Absolutely.
Beside their name.
And we have a great chance on Sunday against the Eagles.
It's just a great time to be a sports fan.
Yeah, it's a night, too, where you wish you had like 4 or 5 TVs in your living room.
Who says I don't?
Oh.
I don't.
All right. I thought you did.
No, I don't.
You're not Phil Steele?
But I'll tell you what I do have. I do have
a loving family.
A loving family. I've got my my big telly I have a little telly that I could hook up.
Little Telly. Sounds like a rapper.
Little telly. We'll hook up little telly later on. I got a laptop. I got a phone. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, go baseball, NFL, 2 college games tonight.
Yeah.
All in one sitting. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. To be determined. All right, let's start quickly. ECU, a 10-point underdog against UCF coming up on Saturday, 6 o'clock. We're with you at 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We already got some questions coming in from Zach. So Zach used to be a regular here on PRL and on the sports bar. And do you remember this, Chandler? Do you know what Redbeard is referring to when he says, can you ask Zach what the length of the national anthem for the game will be?
Oh, yeah. That was just last year.
That was the Super Bowl in Tampa.
This past Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because he was down there covering the Super Bowl.
Zach, I'm surprised he's still alive. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked off by some mobsters after he spoiled the length of the national anthem before people could bet on it.
And then they knocked it off all of the websites.
That turned into a thing to the point where Zach was like, yeah, let's not talk about that. I think enough time has passed that I can at least throw Redbeard under the bus and say it's his question, not mine.
Right.
But I'm definitely bringing it up with him when we talk to him in a few minutes.
I mean, he's probably got some, hits out for him.
That's great. Great call there, Redbeard. Chad says, when Zach comes on, can we submit our fantasy start-sit questions? Absolutely. Let's do that right now. Let's talk. Because Zach and I had our fantasy rules. We still might have those somewhere. And Chad was a habitual line stepper, broke the rules every week. So I might have a start-sit question. Chandler, see if you got one on your team, and we'll talk about it with Zach.
I'm 0-4.
Well, you got a lot of questions then.
Yes.
Like, should you quit? What do you do? All right, so we got Zach coming up. Let's hear Shirley Gus Malzahn, his thoughts on ECU as Gus needs a win after losing 2 straight. Here's what he had to say about the game coming up on Saturday.
Looking at East Carolina, talking about a team that's won their last 3 games, very impressed with their quarterback. I think he started 30 games. They got a running back that's one of the more explosive running backs in our league. You look at their defense is leading the league in interceptions and tackles for loss. So very good team. They played South Carolina very close. And like I said, they got some momentum right now. We're going to have to play good football. We are glad to be back home. We had a short practice last night. It was good to get back on the field with the guys after a tough loss. And, that's two losses that were tough losses. They weren't just losses, they were tough losses. I'm real proud of our team, the way they're handling it. Like I've said before, we got a lot of winners in the locker room. They came out practice and they were ready to go for this week. And we're going to have to get ready. This is a good team we're playing, and we're going to play good football.
All right, there is Gus Malzahn.
It's weird. It's weird playing sound bites from Gus Malzahn because I feel like I remember just a few years ago him winning a national championship with Auburn.
He was, Cam's coach?
No, that was Gene Chizik.
Oh.
He had Marshall, the Marshall kid, with the Miracle at Jordan Hare.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Derek Mason also. I think that was his name.
Trey Mason.
We're
going further off the path. Derek Mason was a receiver for the Titans, and there was a different Derek Mason who was the coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, and Trey Mason was their running back. So there we go. Okay. We know our stuff here at Pirate Radio.
Yes, we do.
We know our Auburn.
I was on the right track.
Tigers.
Urban.
Yeah, you were. Urban? Should we talk about Urban? Has he apologized today?
Urban?
His wife just released a statement.
Oh, boy. Well, we got...
I saw she deleted her Twitter.
Yeah, she deleted her Twitter, but she just released it.
Yeah,
what a mess.
People were tweeting at her.
She said, "This will be my last post on Twitter. Frankly, I don't need the hate, vitriol, slander, trash that will be at me. This has never stopped. Anyway, we all make mistakes. We are all sinners. If you think you aren't, then cast the first stone. To my wonderful followers and friends, thank you for your love, support, friendship, laughs. I will miss this the most. I love you all and wish God's blessings on you. Thank you." And then she put hashtag Faith Family Football Flamingos. P.S. I will be deleting right as I post this, so I will not see responses. Much love.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the best. She didn't do anything.
I feel bad for her.
Yeah, yeah. More than anyone, absolutely.
More than anybody.
Obviously.
Really, seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously serious.
Thank you for being serious, Chandler. So there you go. Urban. Now, coincidence or troll job? There was a video at Jaguars practice yesterday. You go in 1-2-3 team, 1-2-3 Jags, 1-2-3 Jacksonville, 1-2-3 Duval, whatever. They went 1-2-3 grind.
No, they didn't.
They did.
No, they didn't.
They did. It is available on Twitter. Is that a coincidence? Now, they did walk away from it laughing.
That is totally planned. and they were laughing, yes.
Yeah. There was a lot of smiles.
Wow, they hate that dude.
They do hate him.
They hate this guy.
Should we just roll with the Titans on Sunday to, crush them?
Got to.
I don't know, man. Sometimes players... I feel like I've seen this in movies more than real life, where they hate the coach so much they all rally together and win, despite the coach or whatever. It brings the team closer together somehow.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those cases, but I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. And that's a good question, because I was thinking about my start-sit question, and it's dealing with that game.
Okay. So. Speaking of starting and sitting, are the Titans playing any receivers this weekend?
I think
Julio's
AJ questionable, but I don't think he's going to play. AJ was out last week. I don't know if he's going to play this week.
Quick NFL nugget. I saw that Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage are not making the trip to London town when the Jags play. Wait a minute.
Oh.
The Jets play the Falcons?
Yes.
Yeah, Jets and Falcons this weekend.
Never mind my start-sit.
Okay. We just answered it for you.
Yeah.
All right, coming up tonight, are we feeling a Tulane bounce back? I kind of am.
Houston?
I kind of am. Houston's playing
Minus 6.5.
a little above their heads. I kind of like Tulane tonight. And I know we just saw them get beat by ECU, which is why I like them tonight to bounce back. And Houston coming off a blowout win over Tulsa. I think Tulane...
How great would that make us feel to watch Tulane kind of bounce back in a big way tonight?
Yeah.
I guess the really good Houston Cougar team.
Yeah, Houston's only loss came, I want to say, week 1 to Texas Tech. They are 4-1 on the year. Coastal Carolina sitting at 15th in the country on the road to Arkansas State tonight. So that's what's on in college football. Love the NFL matchup. And this will be on Fox if you folks haven't been able to watch it on NFL Network so far this year. It'll be on Fox. The Rams and the Seahawks. And love that game. Love the NFC West. Don't know who. I'm taking the Rams. I still think they are the best team in the NFC, despite what we saw last week against Arizona.
Did I hear you mention something about a Seahawks bounce back?
Last week. I had them last week to bounce back after a loss to Minnesota and win on the road at San Francisco. Their bounce back was last week. The Rams bounce back is this week. I pretty much base my whole picking philosophy on bounce backs. If a team loses, I love them the next week. If a team wins, can't stand you.
Can't stand
Get out of here.
Scram. Go fly a kite.
Go fly a kite. Get your freaking tails out of my face.
Get your freaking tails out of my face.
All right. So what are you watching tonight, Chandler? Red Sox, Rays. You only got one TV. And it's one of those tubes. It's not even a flat screen. Are you watching Red Sox, Rays, Rams, Seahawks, Houston, Tulane?
I tell you what.
Wild
card doesn't really...
Okay, there's no wild card. There's no wild card games tonight.
Oh, okay. Wild card's over.
AL divisional series?
That's not tickling my fancy.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of great primetime games in the National Football League so far this year. And I think it's going to continue tonight with the Rams and Seahawks.
Love the matchup.
So I love that matchup, and I'm going to be watching the Rams and Seahawks tonight.
Chandler, you made the right call because I agree with you, and my call is right. No, I would go NFL as well. I know people listening out with us would probably go college football, And Shirley's going to go baseball because she's a Red Sox fan.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to kind of tune over to the Tulane-Houston game, see how Tulane's doing.
Well, I'm going to be following them all. Tyler says Clip's bounce-back reason is why he loves Washington football so much. Probably onto something, Tyler, because I know if they win one week, they're not going to win the next week. And usually when they lose one week...
Sad.
That's a sad existence.
That's sad.
Did you see? So we got some dude who's going to go... Some dude's going to go to prison.
Dude.
I didn't really look into this story much. Is he like a trainer or something with Washington? You saw that story.
Yes.
And then
Vermillion or whatever his name. He used to be our head trainer.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
And Ron Rivera said something to the effect of, we're this is the kind of stuff we're trying to clean up, but for whatever reason, we always have that dark cloud over us. Yeah. What's the one constant year after year after year?
Snyder.
The owner, Daniel Snyder, Washington will never win anything while he is the owner. Why? I don't really know, but it's a fact. And
Has there been any discussion or any thing said about him about maybe giving up the team?
Well, yeah, there's been these little controversies and things like maybe this is the one to get him in trouble, get him out of here. But nothing's and then like his wife takes over a role, so now it's like her instead of Daniel kind of being the face of the deal. And also there was the thought that Bezos would buy the team.
He was in the running for the Panthers ownership.
Yeah. Man, I wish Tepper would have bought Washington. That would have been awesome.
He's a big baller.
We need somebody with some money out there to save us because it's just. Why are we talking about this?
McMahon.
Let's move on. Move on from this quickly.
Okay. Touchy subject.
Anything else? Oh, MLB playoffs.
A pretty good matchup tonight.
And what about today at 4:00? White Sox Astros.
That's what I was talking about.
Tonight you got the Red Sox and Rays. That at 8:00. Both of those games on Fox Sports 1. The NL playoffs will begin tomorrow night. I had the wild card last night with the Dodgers winning in dramatic fashion. And you've got Giants and Dodgers. What a series that's going to be. And then the Braves taking on the Brewers. All right, we'll leave you with this juicy nugget.
What does that say? Clip's Juicy Nugget?
Yes, I have a nugget, and it is quite juicy. So last night, I made a pretty big deal about 40-year-old Adam Wainwright pitching for the Cardinals. And he looked great, pitched well. And I was like, man, this dude's been around forever. When was his rookie year? And I looked it up. It was 2007. So I was like, I wonder, like, who he faced that would have faced a really old pitcher to try to tie a bridge, basically. And I looked up players that retired in 2007. And right when I saw Julio Franco, I knew I had struck gold. So I looked up Julio Franco, and I think I said Julio Franco pitchers faced. I Googled that. And, of course, a stat popped up right away. Ted Williams got an RBI single off Jim Katt in 1959. Let's go 23 years into the future. In 1982, Katt walked Julio Franco. So Julio Franco faced the same pitcher that Ted Williams faced in 1959. In 2007, Julio Franco was in the lineup when rookie Adam Wainwright beat the Braves. So Wainwright faced Franco, who faced Katt, who faced Ted Williams, and then Adam Wainwright was pitching last night in the wild card game when the Cardinals fell to the Dodgers. I bridged the gap from 1959 to 2021 using just 4 players.
That's a long bridge.
It is. It's pretty awesome. So I don't know. I found that pretty fascinating that you could go find a Ted Williams to basically Adam Wainwright connection. They're using just 4 players. It's kind of like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but baseball version.
I'm going to be serious right now. You have to be the only person on earth to think about that. I'm serious. Who else would have thought about that?
Well, it was after trivia. I had gotten home. I guess I still had some trivia flowing through my bones.
Like through your veins?
Nope, through the bones. My blood goes through my bones.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a problem. You might want to see a doctor about that.
And yeah, sometimes I think of things like that. Some say I have a problem.
Like, you should submit that to
Elias Sports Bureau.
something. That's pretty impressive.
The Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, I need help physically and mentally. So let's take a break. We'll come back.
1-800-HELP.
I need fantasy help as well, and Zach Maskavich will not provide any of that, but we'll still talk start sit. We got some questions from Redbeard, Chad, Steve. All right, we'll have a little fantasy discussion along with ECU and UCF when we return.
Can we do a national anthem prop bet? And Troy D, I believe, is going to be in Orlando. He
That's
can
right.
time it.
Yeah.
Let's me, you, and Shirley have a national anthem prop bet.
All right.
How long will it last?
Maybe Zach has some intel on how long the band plays it, and we'll find out when we talk to him right after these words.
Hello folks, this is Jamie Lane with Carolina Hardscapes and Mulch. We believe that making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. You can stop by our outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. At Carolina Hardscapes, we look forward to making your backyard the place to be. Find us on the web at carolinahardscapesandmulch.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck. The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals is your one-stop shop for weddings, anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, birthday parties, or any celebration with friends and family. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals has the widest selection of tents, tables, chairs, linens, china, concession equipment, bounce rides, games, staging, wedding equipment, dance floors, and so much more. At ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, we help people get together. Call today at 756-7903. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals. Locally owned and operated on Diamond Drive in Greenville near Agri Supply and Equipment Plus.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. We're with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate on Saturday. Talking ECU and UCF. We'll do that now as we head out to the Fixed NC Live line and visit with our old buddy Zach Maskavich, who works for WESH down in Orlando, and he joins us here today on the program. Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Clipper, what's going on, man?
Man, ready for a football game this weekend, which is... when I saw this one on the schedule, Zach, I was saying, okay, UCF by 21. Let's go on to the next game. I've kind of changed my tune on that a little bit, and part of the reason is East Carolina and what they've done, and they finally put together a complete game last week, won their third straight. And then the UCF side of things, where they were upset by Navy. I guess that happens. Also lost to Louisville, but the main thing with them right now is injuries, and you lose a Dylan Gabriel, that hurts. But Zach, they're banged up even beyond the quarterback position, right?
Yeah, you're not kidding. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that ECU might have a chance of beating UCF, I would have laughed in your face. But, there are two teams trending in different directions right now. UCF lost 2 in a row to a Navy team that they were favored by 16 points, I think, going in. And then ECU is obviously trending in the right direction, having won a couple of games. Losing Dylan Gabriel, who was a preseason Heisman, albeit long shot, Heisman hopeful. That's not good. And then you're starting a true freshman quarterback, and UCF, they're going to need some help, I think, this week coming up.
Zach Maskavich joining us. Zach, I heard you tell Bailey on Monday that this will be your first opportunity to go to the bounce house this year, which kind of stinks because I remember the season opener for East Carolina against App State. There was a lightning delay there in Orlando, which allowed me to watch a lot of the second half of that game after ECU and App State were done. And, man, that place was bumping. It looked like a party in the bounce house when they knocked off Boise State. A lot has changed since then to now, so I don't know what the atmosphere is going to be like on Saturday, Zach, but the fans were pumped early in the season. Did they give this team another shot after losing 2 straight? What do you think it's going to be like on Saturday? Yeah, I agree. We've lost Zach. We lost him once. He left us. We thought we had him back, and he left us again. And here I sit alone, just remembering the good times with Zach. The time he sliced his hand open at sports trivia and had to go to urgent care late on a Wednesday night. I just heard Shirley in Studio B. The time he got hit in the nards and covering high school football. The good times, the glory days with Zach Maskavich. The time he spoiled the national anthem. All the great times. And now it's just me alone. But a voice from the heavens appears. And it is Zach Maskavich down in Orlando. Hey, Zach.
Hey, what's going on?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting here talking to you, and apparently we lost reception.
Well, what is that noise? Are you in your car?
Yes, I am. I'm driving to work right now.
All right. Why are you so... Are you angry?
I am not angry. Are you angry?
I'm sad. I thought I lost you again.
No, you would never lose me, Cliff. I'm here for you always.
Zach, let me set up that great award-winning what's the award? Marconi award-winning question that I set up for you a moment ago. Bounce House was buzzing week 1. This will be your first trip to the Bounce House. What do you think it's going to be like on Saturday, fan-wise?
Well, in all fairness, it's not my first trip to the Bounce House. It will be my first trip with full capacity. Last year, obviously, was limited capacity, and for whatever reason, whether it's I got COVID or other stuff happening, I was not able to go to any UCF home games this year. This will be my first one. I can't wait to see Steve and I go down the sidelines taking pictures. Me and Bailey are supposed to go hang out beforehand Friday night, but I'm expecting a full house. I know UCF fans are they're a little delusional, almost like ECU fans in a way, that ever since the 2017 season, UCF fans rather, feel like if you lose more than one game, your season's over.
Right.
And the season's not over yet for UCF, obviously. They could still go ahead and compete in the American. But I do think this could be a trap game for UCF because you got, obviously, ECU, who, at the beginning of the season, as we talked about earlier, would circle as an easy win. But you got Cincinnati looming behind this game. And I think that UCF could potentially be looking ahead, and UCF is trending in the wrong direction, ECU is trending in the right direction, so they got to take the Pirates seriously.
Zach, you mentioned delusional fan bases here and there. Have you managed to piss off the UCF fans and coaches like you did when you were here?
No, I haven't quite gotten to that level yet.
All right, not yet. It's coming. Just not quite yet.
We're working towards it.
Zach, what else are you covering out other than UCF? You got obviously high school football. What pro teams, if any, are you covering at the moment?
Yeah, obviously the Orlando Magic are in their training camp right now. The Tampa Bay Bucks are, looking like one of the better teams in the NFC, and we're covering both those teams right now. And obviously, we got Florida. They coming off a loss to Kentucky. But I was at the game with Florida-Alabama, where Florida almost came back to beat Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
90,000 strong in the Swamp was probably one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been around. So, we got a lot of good stuff going on down here. And
you can do some playoff baseball, Zach, with the Rays?
I don't know that we're going to get out there unless they make the World Series.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've ever been to Tampa, but the Braves don't play in Tampa. They play in St. Petersburg, which is another 30 minutes south of Tampa.
Right.
It's a good 2+ hour drive to get down to Tampa, and so we'll wait to see what they can do if they can beat the Red Sox. But that game last night with the Cardinals and Dodgers was a lot of fun to watch.
It was, and got a game coming up at 4 o'clock today, Astros and White Sox. It'll be Rays Red Sox game 1 tonight. The National League Divisional Series gets underway on Friday. Zach, let's you want to do some fantasy football start sit real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
We got a few questions in from old faithfuls here, some names you'll recognize, including Chad, who's been banned from asking questions like 4 times when Zach and I used to do this. All right, Chad, these are too many options. All right, pick 3. A.J. Green, A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb. I mean, there's your 3 if healthy. So let's say A.J. Brown doesn't play. Darius Slayton for the Giants against the Cowboys, or Nelson Aguilar. Who do they play? I'll have to look that up. So you've got Slayton And the Patriots played the bad team, Texans. Slayton or Aguilar if A.J. Brown can't play?
Man. Let's go.
I'm going to go Slayton.
Yeah, I was thinking Slayton, too.
They can.
Whenever we agree, we'll go with that.
All right, there you go. Let's see. I have another question. Miles Sanders taking on the Panthers, or J.D. McKissick, who, if Washington goes up tempo, hurry up offense, he's going to catch some balls. Chandler, let's bring you in for this one. What kind of day does Miles Sanders have against the Panthers defense? How's the Panthers run defense, man?
It's been,
not good against Zeke.
I was going to say it's been good until we faced Zeke last week. Derek Brown up there in the middle. Daquan Jones, we acquired him from the Titans. We do have Shaq Thompson's not going to play on Sunday. Who was the other?
Miles Sanders or J.D. McKissick, who is the receiving running back for Washington.
Wait, can I interrupt?
Yes.
I didn't know that Chandler was getting paid by the Panthers.
What?
Around here.
Wow. What did he say, we?
Yeah, he said we a bunch. Come on, man.
Are you? You're not a we guy?
You're not a we guy, Zach?
I'm not a we guy.
What are you, an Xbox guy? That was a good one.
We. Yeah, good one.
That was great. So, make a pick, Chandler. I'll say McKissick. I think
I'm gonna go McKissick.
Zach.
I'm gonna go the opposite of Chandler.
That's what I like to hear. We got the old Zach Maskavich back, just causing problems. Speaking of causing problems, Redbeard, Stafford or your boy Lamar Jackson?
Lamar.
Stafford, Thursday Night Football. I'd probably. You didn't even give it real thought, though. Are you like Jackson that much more?
Now, Stafford obviously is on his pseudo MVP campaign. Good for him to get out of Detroit and over to LA, and he's been lighting it up so far. But Lamar is my boy, so I got to stick with him.
All right, here's one for me, Zach. Jalen Hurts at Carolina or Kirk Cousins against the Lions. Who should I start?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I waited too long on quarterback.
Yeah, me too. I got a question for you after this. I would go Kirk.
Did you say Hurts or Kirk?
Why? Kirk.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins.
All right.
There's no reason why.
I'm leaning that way because he was great 2 weeks ago, stunk last week. I think the roller coaster continues, and he's good this week. What's your question?
So I drafted Baker Mayfield thinking he might be able to do anything, but he can't. So I got Baker Mayfield, and I picked up Sam Darnold this week, and I got Teddy Bridgewater on the bench. So which three should I go with?
Yeah, I picked up Teddy last week, and I didn't play him, but it's a shame. So if he plays, they play the Steelers. That just looks like a really ugly game to me. I mean, look, Sam Darnold leads the league in rushing touchdowns.
I know.
He's also throwing for 300 every week. It's kind of a no-brainer to start Sam Darnold.
Well, he's in my starting lineup, but I just thought I would get confirmation from you.
And the Browns play the Chargers, right? They're pretty stingy on defense. I mean, I don't really love the Eagles' defense, so I think I'm going Darnold.
If the Panthers, if the Panthers are anywhere around the 5-yard line, don't rule out a Sam Darnold quarterback draw.
He's the new Superman. All right. Last thing for you, Zach. I don't know if this is too soon. This is not me asking the question. This is Redbeard. He says, "Can you ask Zach what the length of the national anthem will be for the game on Saturday?"
No comment.
Sorry, that was not me. Zach.
Well, we know how Redbeard is.
Good to catch up with you, buddy. Everything going good. You married yet?
Not yet. Hopefully one day. But
all right.
Loving life in Orlando.
I'm glad to see you're doing well, buddy, and we'll keep in touch and talk again down the road.
All right, Clever. Love you guys.
See you, buddy. There is Zach Maskavich joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Felt good to do a little start-sit there. Brought back some. Maybe we should bring this back in our rundown on Thursdays, Chandler. We'll do a quick start-sit with. I know Chad and Steve will chime in with some questions, so maybe we can get some questions going.
I might have to have some questions to get some wins on the board.
Yeah, you're 0-4. Now's the time to ask questions.
You know, and I thought it was crazy that when I drafted, I thought, man, this is a pretty good draft. I mean, it's not great. It's not a great draft, but I mean, I thought I was pretty impressed. But it came out as a C+. And
that doesn't matter.
And I was like, what? There ain't no way.
So are you getting crushed? Are you scoring points and losing to a team?
No, I'm like barely losing.
You're bad. Oh, so you are barely losing.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to turn around for you.
Yes.
All right. Well, you better hurry up because
I know
it's the season's dwindling away if you're 0-4.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a time out. We'll come back when we return.
I picked up the Panthers defense.
Okay. Get your kites ready. Mike Houston, his comments.
Your flat kite
from Wednesday's post-practice are on the way to wrap up hour 3. We'll continue hour 1, the 3 o'clock hour. We'll continue the ECU football talk on the Bud Light ECU Report with Kevin Monroe at 4 o'clock. So a lot of Pirate talk on the way here on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Brian Coleman or CJ Messerly at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Public notice, discount mattress and furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinette, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount mattress and furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
This is DJ Ford, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty. Thanks, Shirley Rhodes. Chandler Honeycutt here on a Thursday. We got Kevin Monroe joining us in about 15 minutes. Touchdown Tony Collins at 5 o'clock and a boatload of audio to get to from yesterday, including Mike Houston. Let's hear his opening comments right now, Shirley, as he spoke with the media following Wednesday's practice.
All right, a couple days of pretty hard practice. Guys are getting to the point where they need to be to get ready for Saturday night. Big ball game for our team Saturday night. Very good football team we're getting ready to play, and at their place. And we were down there 2 years ago. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. Tough place to play on the road. They have a great fan base. They do a great job with being a part of the ball game. So. Challenging game Saturday night. We're excited to get down there. Look forward to the kickoff. So,
we talked to players, past and present, about how they would rather have a rowdy road environment than a dead road environment. And Mike Houston was asked about the bounce house. You just heard Zach Maskavich say he expects UCF fans to show up in full force after losing 2 straight and trying to get their team back on track. And Mike Houston was asked, how you can use that rowdy road environment to the Pirates' advantage on Saturday.
Well, I mean, it's the difference on the road. Just you cut down the roster. It's only like 72 guys, and it's kind of the circle the wagons kind of mentality that you're going into enemy territory. You're going into a hostile environment. I just remember their fans kind of hanging all over around the entrance to the field where we come out, and kind of messing with you and all that stuff. So gotta just kind of have each other's back and band together, and you got to kind of bring the energy on the sideline. I mean, I think that's where the support's got to come from each other. So it's very, very important.
All right, Shirley, do you have the Cam Good guarantee from earlier in the week? We're going to play this when Tony's on, since he is Mr. Guarantee. Do you have that right now?
I do.
All right, let's hear that real quick.
I'm excited. I know the bounce house is going to be bouncing this weekend. I know the energy is going to be there. They're excited to see us win, and I'm guaranteeing we're going to bring that to the fans.
All right, the guaranteed W there. Jenny asked Mike Houston if he had any thoughts on the Cam Good guarantee.
Well, I mean, I think that Navy, the Navy team I saw on film this.
Oh, that's the wrong page there, Shirley. Holding.
Hold on a second. I had to switch screens here.
Holding.
Number 3.
Holding. We got to worry about our preparations. So the big thing for us is just practice. Being mentally prepared to go play the kind of game we want to play, and we got to worry about us. We can't worry about anything else like that.
What are y'all doing?
Sorry,
Chandler.
I forgot the mic was on and he was doing something. I started laughing.
Shirley, I literally cut up 25 clips today.
Mm-hmm.
So I am terrified that something I put on the page is going to be messed up. But so far, so good. Let's try to keep that rolling.
Look who's making mistakes.
Hey, well, look, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but that mistake that was made a moment ago was not on me.
That was me.
Oh.
That was me.
Making mistakes.
Is your name Macon?
Making mistakes.
Nope.
The preparation for Charleston Southern, subpar. The preparation for Tulane, glorious. How about the preparation for UCF? How's it gone so far this week?
It's been good. I mean, it's different game plans, different weeks, and Tuesday I thought they practiced hard. The execution sometimes because of the new stuff and both sides of the ball. It's not quite as sharp. It seemed to be sharper today. I want to look at the film. I thought we were running around real good on defense today. We're getting ready to go up there and watch the film here in just a second. So, we'll have more of an idea of how today went once we look at that.
All right, Cut 5. Mike Houston was asked how his Pirates can repeat the full four-quarter performance that they put on Saturday against Tulane.
Well, I didn't love the way we started the second half defensively, but other than that, I thought we played really well throughout the game. But that's the focus each week, and we talked about it last week going into that game. We've done it now, so the thing that we've talked about all week is building on last week's performance and playing a more complete game this week than we did last week, because there's certainly some things we didn't do very well last week. There's always things you can do better, but this team hadn't reached its potential yet, so we still we're still pushing to play more of a complete game.
All right, Mike Houston brought up the third quarter. That has been a trend. At this point, if you've seen it this much during the season, it's a thing. It's not really a fluke anymore that the Pirates struggle for whatever reason in the third quarter. And I'll pull up the numbers on the UB stat sheet. East Carolina has been outscored in the third quarter this season 44-10. Now, the Pirates are outscoring their opponents by 25 in the second quarter and by 23 in the fourth quarter, and being outscored by 1 point in the first quarter. They went a long way to make up that number on Saturday with their explosive first quarter against Tulane. But the third quarter has still been an issue for whatever reason, and Mike Houston was asked about that, the reasons for the third quarter struggles. Cut 6.
Well, I didn't think we were on offense. I mean, we had two good drives in the third quarter. One, we stalled out in the red zone. The second, we continued on to the fourth quarter and ended up scoring. So really, I just thought, the first play of the second half kind of, we misfit it, and I got a big run, and I think that kind of knocked us back on our heels a little bit. We've talked about it this week. We talked about it with the players, talked about it with the leadership council. To be honest, I addressed it at halftime last week, just because I felt like that was the issue last year against SMU. And I think that, the big thing with, a young team that's learning how to win is handling a lead at halftime, keeping that same edge that we had in the first half. Now, I thought we got it back and finished the game really the way you want to. So I think it's just still continuing to learn how to handle those situations.
All right, let's hear one more before we take a timeout. Mike Houston was asked, Cut 7, how he keeps his team hungry after the recent success that the Pirates have had.
It's not like we've won 20 in a row or anything. We've won 3 ball games. And when we had one, we played poorly in. So, we played well. Now, can we play well 2 weeks in a row? That's the challenge. So it's, it's part of the maturity thing. But it's, hopefully we learned a great lesson against Charleston Southern. Obviously, we came back and played much better last week. So, we'd like to see us put 2 solid games in a row together.
All right, there are comments from ECU head football coach Mike Houston. That one went a little quicker than I thought, so let's hear another one before we wrap up hour number 1 here. Chandler, what are some of Mike Houston's favorite words?
Compete.
Yeah, loves to compete.
Physical.
That's where I was going. Physicality. Likes to talk about
an opportunity.
Likes an opportunity.
Good bunch.
We saw physicality on display on Saturday. Pirates, as Parker Bunch would say, the pads were popping. And it was a beautiful.
I want to see some pads popping.
Better fire their offensive coordinator.
Slow down there, Parker.
He said that too. But no, it was just trench-wise, linebackers, DBs hitting. It was great to see on Saturday. And Mike Houston was asked about the physicality of the team and what they saw on Saturday and then keeping that going moving forward.
Well, I thought we did a great job with it last week. I thought the South Carolina game, we did a really good job with it. So, at times during the Marshall game, It's just, can we play with it on both sides of the ball the way we did last week? Can we have that same kind of physicality in our tackling? Can we have that same kind of physicality up front on the offensive line? Certainly, it's been the point of focus this week, and it'll be a huge point of focus over the next 48 hours as we get ready to go on the plane Friday. So, that's what we have said we're going to hang our hat on from the day I got here, and we're finally playing that way. So we got to continue to build on it.
All right, there is Mike Houston. We got more Coach Houston comments. We got a lot of Donnie K. We got a lot of Blake Harrell later on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. But when we return, we will head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to former Pirate, former Panther, now color analyst on the Pirates IMG Learfield Network with Jeff Charles. Kevin Monroe, K-Mo, joins us when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. We are back with you after this.
Pirate fans, single game tickets are on sale now for as low as $20 for 3 great games to come. East Carolina will take on the Bulls of South Florida, the Temple Owls for Hall of Fame weekend, and then Thanksgiving weekend, it's nationally ranked Cincinnati. For tickets, go to ECUPirates.com.
You can paint this one purple.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for Pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Got ECU Hall of Famer touchdown Tony Collins joining us at 5 o'clock. We'll talk Pirates. We'll talk about his struggling Patriots as well. And still got some more Mike Houston comments to get to. Donnie Kirkpatrick met with the media on Wednesday, as did Blake Harrell. Got those comments as well. And we'll make you a winner in Hour 3. But we kick off Hour 2 with a former Pirate, former Panther, now the color analyst on the Pirates IMG Learfield Network. He is Kevin Monroe, joining us on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Kevin, appreciate your time as always, man. How you doing today? Kevin. Oh, boy. And here I... Hey, wait. Well, here I sit alone again. Kevin, you with us?
Yeah, man, sorry about that. I'm used to going on mute in my office when I have to.
No problem. Look, you're one of the busiest men in show business. We know that from your days on B. Paisa's show when he would talk about your clout, your status. Kevin, great to talk with you again, man, and great to talk with you after 3 straight Pirate wins, something we haven't been able to do since 2014. I would ask, could you believe it's been that long? But you've sat through every game, so you probably can believe it's been that long. But how about the streaking Pirates, K-Mo? It's fun to watch.
Yeah, man, it's been great, and it's exciting to be disappointed over close wins. It's excited to be, bummed out when we could have won by more or we could have done this better. But it's still resulting in wins, and I feel great about that. And so I'm happy to see the Pirates winning. I feel like it's been too long, and you want to get more excited. You want to say the Pirates are back. You want to say you've turned a corner. What we've at least done is we know what it takes to win, and we're starting to put back-to-back wins together, and that's all you can ask for this young team that's trying to figure it out.
Let's start with defense, Kevin. I know you'd love to see those guys flying around on the defensive side of the ball. We had several callers on Saturday on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In show say, man, Tulane's going to be feeling that one on Sunday and into Monday and possibly Tuesday, because ECU was hitting. Again, Jaquan McMillan just does what he does, gets another second-half interception. Warren Saba picks off a pass. That defense was flying around, and they gave up 29 points, but felt like they played maybe their best game of the season on Saturday. Real complimentary football for the Pirates. What did you see from the defensive effort there Saturday, Kevin?
So, what's great is that when Mike Houston took the job, he said, in the locker room, we didn't look like American Athletic team. Mm-hmm. We were smaller, we were weaker. We had a lot of speed, but we didn't look like, and that was his number one goal, is to get us to looking like that. And at the beginning of this season, he said we look like an American Conference football team, and now it's starting to show. For the first time I can remember, maybe since Skip Holt era, Jeff and I were saying the Pirates are the more physical team on the field today. And they were flying around, they were hitting, as you say, and it was Tulane players were just laying down on the field left and right and lingering. You don't want to see players get injured, but they were getting banged up a lot during that game just on big legal hits. And that they were coming from the DBs, they were coming from the linebackers, they were coming from the defensive line. So I love seeing the physicality. I want teams to watch us on tape and say, oh, my God, that's scary. Because believe you me, players do that. You know, we used to watch film, and, you know, I talked to Troy Smith, and you know, he was playing receiver, and he said to me, man, number 22 on Syracuse is a killer kind of thing. And so we always saw on film who was the guy that went out there and was ready to take your head off. And, you know, obviously you can't do that these days. It's more of a below-the-neck type thing. But being a physical team, players realize that, and that counts for a couple of drop passes across the middle, I can promise you.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, you had a lot of success on the football field. I don't know if anybody's had a stretch like Jaquan McMillan is on, but what is that confidence level like for him right now? Did you ever have a stretch of games where you just felt like no receiver was going to beat you on any play that given game? What's going through his head right now when he's on the field?
You know what's funny is there is a fine line between good and great at corner, right? You know, I had my time, and I had some greatness in there, I'm sure, but I was definitely a very good corner, and I was solid. And the reason I was because I didn't believe in getting beat. Like, you were not going to beat me downfield. You might catch one in front of me, 7-8 yards, I make the tackle, but you just weren't going to roll off the field and go for a post route and beat me deep. I can count on one hand the amount of times that happened in my career, more or less in the season. And what's happened over the years is that corners have gotten more aggressive. They play more press man now. They take more chances. And so, you know, guys are trying to get that big play all the time. And what that results in is that you get one big play, but you get beat 5 times. And so Jaquan McMillan was caught up in that a little bit earlier in his career. First few games, he'd make a play, and then he'd get 3 deep balls caught on him. And now it's changed. Now he is in the receiver's hip pocket all the time. You're not going past him. You're not catching it short. He's just kind of in that zone. And it's hard to get there. It's hard to stay there, especially when teams are attacking you. But more and more, they're going to start going away from him because he's just been so confident and playing so well. And obviously having speed makes a lot of difference because it makes up for mistakes. Deion Sanders always used to say, I'm as fast as I need to be. So if I get beat on the play, I'm going to go make it up with my speed. And so Jaquan has tapped into that where he's making plays, and it's starting to become normal. And that's when you start to feel good as a corner because your confidence just grows. You have to have confidence playing that position.
Yeah, and hearing him talk and hearing Mike Houston talk about him, it's pretty. You corners aren't as diva-ish as the receivers, Kevin, but for Jaquan to be such a team guy, talk about the team rather than himself, that's pretty refreshing, K-Mo.
It is. It is. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a great kid.
Yeah.
And he says all the right things. But he's getting lots of pats on the back. And every receiver he faces is going to think, I can beat you. I don't know what the last receiver did. I can beat you. And it's kind of that, if you ever watch C.J. Johnson, play offensively, he's going at the corners all game long. And I know he's thinking in his mind, throw me the ball, Holton, because I can beat all these chumps. And so that's the diva-ish, that's the attitude that receivers tend to have. And so corners are always taking shots. They're always taking shots from the best receiver. They're always taking shots from quarterbacks that want to show they can beat them. So he's gonna keep getting this, keep getting stuff thrown at him. But so far, he seems up to the task.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, always enjoy talking about what you see during a game. I watch the game. I'm basically following the ball and not seeing, what's going on the line or off the ball. So when ECU's offense rolls up 52 and everything's working, Keaton Mitchell is breaking his long runs. You get Ryan Jones involved, Snead, CJ have their 50-plus yards. On Saturday, is that Donnie dialing up the right plays every time? Is it, the O-line finally standing tall and having their best game? What led to that offensive breakout that maybe we hadn't seen the previous weeks, Kevin, in your opinion?
What makes a good offensive coordinator is just having a routine, but being willing to break that routine, right? And if something's not working, you do something different. And I think maybe the problem that people have had with Coach Kirkpatrick this year and last year is they felt like he got in his routine and he stuck with it no matter what. I'm sure that's not true, but that's how it felt, right? Stop running the ball up the middle. Run the ball sideways. You start to see, if you remember when Lincoln Riley was the coach, people hated the bubble screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's throwing the ball 20 yards sideways. Blah blah. So you can have a big time coach coaching the position, and you're going to find something not to like. That being said, when you continuously do different things to keep the defense guessing, that's when you're going to be successful. So when you're running the ball up the middle and Keaton Mitchell breaks a big one, awesome. When you can run it around the edge, when you can throw it wide, and C.J. Johnson breaks a short one for a long one, awesome. When you can do a trick play that works and get a big play, awesome. So it just seemed like things were working that they had worked on at practice, and they were all different things. And so sometimes coaches get stuck trying to make one thing work, and they keep going, and it just never works, and the offense sputters. But they had several things that worked, and that's attributed to the offensive line. That's attributed to Holton making the right decisions, making the right checks, making the right throws, and their running backs being untouchable. I mean, both those guys ran very well, and Keaton Mitchell's in a different world right now, the way he's running the football. So a lot of that is the players, but some of that is the calls that they work on so hard at practice finally working.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin will be in Orlando on the call with Jeff Charles on Saturday, 6 o'clock. We're with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Kevin, if you asked me August 7th, predict the score between UCF and ECU, I'd have said, well, give me UCF by 20. You asked me on October 7th, it's changed a little bit. Part of that is because of ECU's recent success. The other part is no Dylan Gabriel, and beyond that, UCF's just banged up. They're coming off a Navy week where they just got their legs chipped all game on Saturday, and they've lost 2 in a row. So maybe a big bounce back coming for Gus Malzahn's guys, or maybe those 2 losses stick with them and it leads to another loss on Saturday. I feel like I feel a lot different about this game, Kevin, right now than I did, say, a couple months ago.
Oh, there's no question. And you saying give me UCF by 20 would have been kind, because it wasn't likely that game would have been a lot uglier than that.
Yeah.
But without their quarterback, it changes everything, and I think they've lost confidence. Right? I mean, listen, they're still scoring 41 points a game, but the Bethune-Cookman game thrown in there with 63 points is part of that. But they are giving up a lot of points. They're giving up more points than the UCF defense has given up in the past, 30 points a game. They're giving up more yards than they've given up in the past, through the air, on the ground. And so defensively, there's some things there that the Pirates can take advantage of. And then offensively, trying to get behind a new quarterback in that system. I mean, that system, you need reps because they go 100 miles an hour all the time. They're ready for the next snap before you can get your defensive call in. So if you've got a quarterback who's erratic, who doesn't know how to make the right reads, who doesn't get the ball away quick enough, who doesn't get everybody lined up and getting the right checks, it's going to be a nightmare. And I haven't had a chance to watch them play this season, but I have a feeling with the struggles that they've had and the 2 losses that was probably a lot of it. Getting lined up correct, making the right reads, making the right throws, making mistakes. Injuries obviously were a part of it. So, yeah, I see the Pirates definitely being able to compete with them this week. I haven't seen the spread so far, but I know that it probably is a lot different than it would have been, 6 months ago if they made the spread.
At least cut in half. It's at 10 right now, Kevin, which still may be a little too high. I was thinking maybe 8, something like that, but it's UCF by 10 at the moment.
Yeah, and who knows? It could work out that way.
Yeah.
But if the Pirates play like they played against Tulane, which it's hard to back up a game like that, right? It's hard to get all the pats on the back and tell how great you are and go out and do it again. But if they can play like that, they would have been able to beat Appalachian State. That's the way I feel about it. So certainly they're going to be right in the game with Central Florida if they can play that well.
Let's wrap it up with a little NFL. I'd like to talk a little bit NFL with you before we go, Kevin. And I still got the Rams. I had them going into the year. I'm going to stick with them despite what happened last week against Arizona as the best team in the NFC. Now, they might lose another one tonight on the road at Seattle. But I got the Rams, the Bucks, and your Cowboys as the top 3 there in the NFC right now. What do you think happens tonight? Rams go take on Russell Wilson and the 12th man in Seattle.
Well, I think the Rams bounce back. Yeah, they took it on the chin last week, and so I think they bounce back. I had no idea how good Matt Stafford would fit in there in Los Angeles. I mean, he was a good quarterback in Detroit, but after Calvin Johnson left, things kind of went downhill, and so you didn't know if it was him or it was just that organization. Obviously, there's something different going on with him and McVay in Los Angeles. I think that's a great pick of you saying they're the best. They're playing the best right now. I think Tampa Bay with Tom Brady is just it's Tom Brady. You know, it's at the end of that Cowboy game, you just knew he was going to take it down the field and win the game. Any other quarterback, I think the Cowboys win that game. So they're just going to always be around because he's that good. You know, I'm excited to see what the Cowboys are doing. I think they're getting better and better each week defensively, but I'm not ready to anoint them the best team yet. I need to see them keep doing it because, you know, as we talked about with McCarthy, you never know what he might do or what timeout he might not call. So I'm excited about it. I think the schedule is a little bit weak over the next several weeks, so I'm happy about that. They should beat the Giants handily. They should beat the New England Patriots, you know, at least by a touchdown or so. So that's exciting that they could get to 5-1. But who knows? But it's fun to watch them win from time to time.
I'm trying like hell to jinx them by talking so good about them, Kevin. It's not working so far. So we'll see what happens. But they're playing good.
Hearing you and Billy talk about not having to go down to the sports bar to watch them play against Buffalo that one week. Obviously, that wasn't a terrible decision by Fox because the way that game turned.
That's right. You're right. Yeah, please keep Washington off our televisions. And by the way, no Washington Saints coming up on CBS this week either. It's going to be and now I can't remember the game, but they will not be showing Washington on our local TV. So Kevin, you're although in Raleigh, you will be seeing that game. So maybe we should swap places this weekend, this Sunday. So anyway,
it'll be fun to watch.
K-Mo, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good trip and a good call on Saturday. We'll talk to you again soon.
Anytime, Cliff. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. There's Kevin Monroe joining us, and look, I'm happy for Kevin, happy for Jeff Charles. How many football games have they suffered through over the years? They're getting to have some fun now on Saturdays calling these wins, and we're having fun here in the studio pre-game and certainly post-game. Chandler, no weddings this week, right? You'll be with us?
I will be here.
Can I make a request?
What's that?
Can you wear
Shocking.
Can you wear your Bruno Marks on Saturday?
Do I have to wear them the whole time?
No. You're supposed to wear this and then the Bruno
Yeah,
Mars.
with white socks.
With white socks.
With white socks.
That's a good look.
The groom gave every groomsman a different pair of socks, and each sock kind of described that person, and my socks was pizzas because my parents own a pizza restaurant.
Oh yeah.
And him and his fiance, well now wife, they really enjoy going to my parents' pizza restaurant. So my
shout out to Vinny's, right?
Yeah. So my pizza socks, I'll wear my pizza socks and my Bruno Marks.
All right.
But I will not wear them all day because they hurt my feet so bad on Saturday.
I just would love to see them make an appearance in the studio on Saturday.
Okay.
So if you could do that for me. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back when we return. More Mike Houston, some Donnie Kirkpatrick as well, as we'll continue to get you set for ECU and UCF coming up Saturday at 6 o'clock. We're with you 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey y'all, it's October, which means it's time to get ready for Halloween. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, Greenville's locally owned Halloween superstore for 23 years. The Halloween fun is back, and we have everything you need to make it one to remember. From kids to adults, we've got you covered. We have the largest selection of masks in Greenville, plus every other costume you can think of. Come visit our new location in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville on Greenville Boulevard, open 7 days a week. Halloween Express, what are you going to be?
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal, while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. West Park also offers financing, service, and is your local ARE camper shell dealer east of I-95. Outfit your truck with the best technology around with ARE camper shell at West Park Motor Company. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 83 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Great sports night as we look at our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. The Astros and White Sox are scoreless in the first inning, bottom of the first. Astros batting in game one of the ALDS. And now 2 down in the first. Coming up later tonight, it'll be the Red Sox and the Rays down in St. Pete. Also tonight, the Seattle Seahawks will host the Rams on Thursday Night Football. Got some college action as well, including Tulane trying to bounce back after getting smoked by the Pirates last week. They host the Houston Cougars coming up tonight. I saw our favorite rapper was trending on Twitter. Do you remember Pirate Radio Live's favorite rapper?
That would be Mr. Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty. I showed it to Shirley earlier.
Yeah, he showed it. He's like, oh no, Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty, who, once again, I've never heard of him other than that day we talked about him on the show.
Pooh Shiesty.
And today when I saw him trending, but apparently it's something to do with him. He withdrew his request to delay the trial in his federal armed robbery case. So,
facing life in prison.
Yeah, don't rob people.
Be nice.
I mean,
I wonder if he's going to go by Pooh Shiesty when he goes to prison.
Hey.
I wonder if the inmates are going to go, hey, did you hear? Pooh Shiesty's coming in.
Could you please call me Doug? That is my name.
Can you please call me Gary?
Yeah, I don't know. So Pooh Shiesty. There you go. Where did he do a random name generator? What the hell is Pooh Shiesty?
Is that a part of the Buccaneer scoreboard?
And this has been your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, where we get you up to date on what's going on in scores and also federal crime cases.
Pop culture.
Yeah. All right, let's
do what?
Let's do some Donnie Kirkpatrick.
Well.
Is that the only Donnie you do? Well. That's a good Donnie. Shirley, let's hit part one. Donnie Kirkpatrick met with the media on a Wednesday.
Well, Donnie, I know you guys are on the UCF, but
we are.
Looking back at Tulane, what went so right for the offense to put up 52 points?
Scored a lot of points. Played really well. Made the fewest amount of mistakes that we've made all year. And the kids played the hardest I thought they'd ever played. I thought the first drive, the offensive line set the tempo. Shad Struthers had a rough game the week before, and I think he was probably tired of hearing everybody tell him that, because everybody on the coaching staff had taken turns telling him how poorly he had played. And boy, did he respond. He had like 3 pancake blocks in that first drive. He just fired the kids up. Obviously, Keaton getting the big run early, gives you a lift right there. We actually screwed the first drive up when we're down there, first and goal. I say me, I guess. But the kids just played hard. I mean, they just were in that mode. We could tell they were in that mode to play. They had really responded all week. And Friday night's meetings, we were having to calm them down. They were just so ready to play. And we had good matchups. You know what I'm saying? We matched up well, and our kids made the plays.
Coach, can you talk about the tight end position with Ryan Jones, those guys? They've really come on strong.
Yeah, I just can't be, more excited about how the tight ends are playing right now. It was a big game for Ryan as far as getting the ball and making plays. We had a lot of things in for him. He's learned the system. He's in the game now a lot, and he's got great play-making ability, I think. We just continue to do that. Now, we had been trying to get it to him. The first play of the season, we were trying to get the ball to him on like that, and we mess it up. We just mess it up. And a couple other times that game, and there were some other games where you keep thinking, Coach kept saying, well, I thought we were going to get it to Ryan. It was like, well, those 4 plays, he was supposed to get the ball, and we messed him up. We never got the ball to him, but this time we didn't mess him up. And then Shane continues to do a great job, too. And then the 2 big tight ends are doing a nice job blocking as well. I know they're not getting a lot of touches. I know that's not fancy and all that stuff, but somebody's got to block. You know what I'm saying? There's only one ball. Somebody's got to block. So they're doing a nice job all the way around. I think it's given us a lot of versatility. There were a couple of things we took advantage of because we played those guys like Ryan and Shane like wide receivers, and we played them like tight ends too. And so now the defense coordinator don't know what you're getting ready to do. He didn't know what package of defenses to call. So hopefully that will continue to work because we'd like to keep doing that.
All right, Donnie Kirkpatrick there. Let's hear more Donnie Kirkpatrick as he talked about the offense's performance against Tulane and looking ahead to Central Florida.
You've got a lot of weapons right now and a lot of ways you can go with it. It's not so obvious where you're going to go with the football. What does that do for you?
Well, it makes you excited about getting back out there. When you play well, it looks really good. You know what I'm saying? When you don't play well, it looks really bad. It can be ugly right there too. But I think the same thing. You worry, you got to keep them all happy. It's like basketball. Everybody doesn't get their shot. But we are trying to spread it around. But at the same time, the guys that are making plays, you are trying to put things in to give them that opportunity. Now, the defense sometimes controls where the ball goes because they can decide to roll coverage one way. They can double coverage, one way. They can blitz you and make you throw it quicker, you know what I'm saying, or make you go to the man route. But we do have a lot of weapons, and I hope that's making us hard to defend. We'll have a huge challenge this week because these cats are really good. I know they hadn't, played winning football the last 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean they're any worse. They've lost 2 close games, but they're good. And we've had 2 years of playing them, and we've had moments where we've played well against these guys, but not overall. They've been the superior team, no question about it. So we got a lot of making up to do, and hopefully that this year we'll close the gap some.
With Keaton, especially, at some point defenses are going to focus on him.
Yeah.
This week, if not any. How do you balance that of knowing they're going to be looking for him?
Well, I think every defense in the country, has that. We got to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, the game's over. The other team just trying to hand the ball off. You have no chance to win. You can't get the ball back, until they score, and that's not how you want to get the ball back. So everybody's trying to stop the run. I'm sure they're keying up for him as well. Sometimes that obviously makes you throw the ball a little bit more. It opens the play-action game. It opens the RPO game up a little bit. Sometimes you overplay the run, and, a guy like him, you get so many guys up there. Sometimes those long runs are because they got so many guys up there. If you do pop it, there's nobody left, second level. And he can outrun anybody that, is out there as well. So hopefully he'll continue to do that. We're playing a team that they're the number 1 rush defense in the league. And they just got through playing Navy, who probably is the number 1 rush team. I don't even know because they're so far down the line. So these guys stop the run pretty well anyhow. We're better on offense when we can run the ball. That's how we're built. We're built to run the ball and then make the game work off of that. And that also keeps the defense off the field, or we're scoring. You know what I'm saying? They'll take either one. They'll take the points if we score more, keep them off the field. So if we can sometimes you got to be stubborn, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to just pound your head in there, you know what I'm saying, like that. We're pretty balanced. I don't know exactly what the stats are, but I bet we're about 50-50 when we throw it, when we run it, you know what I'm saying? That's something I'm very conscious of, that we try to do that. But it all starts with the run game, and we got 2 good ones, and they're going to be challenged this week, though. Now, we're going to play really good this week.
All right, there's Donnie Kirkpatrick. Say what you want about Donnie K. I've raved about this coaching staff's ability to split the touches for Mitchell and Harris, and I haven't done a check on that this week, so let's look at the UBE stat sheet. Right now, Keaton Mitchell has 60 rushes, Rajay 62. Catch-wise, Keaton Mitchell has 14, Rajay 12. It is about as 50-50 as you can get. And how about this? Donnie says he wants to be 50-50 run and pass. East Carolina has thrown the ball 178 times this year. East Carolina has 178 rush attempts this year. So that is 176 to 178. That's, and Donnie says he's conscious of it, and he's not lying.
That's 50-50.
Well, I'm not great at math.
I'm not a liar.
I
am sometimes to my wife.
5th grade math teacher told me I better walk around with a calculator the rest of my life, but I tell you what, that's pretty darn close to 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite shocking that the numbers are that close. Again, I continue to rave about how well they're doing of spelling Mitchell and Harris and getting them equal touches, but 178 rushes to 176 passes is incredible.
I would have actually guessed that Keaton Mitchell had more rushing attempts than Rajay. Well, he's only 2 rushes behind. But
so he's 2 rushes behind, and he has 345 more yards, 43 more yards.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. Keaton Mitchell averaging over 100 yards a game right now, averaging 9.6 yards per carry, which those long runs will do that for you.
I think I heard somebody at AJ's last night say, and I mentioned that Keaton's leading the league in rushing yards with 574, and I want to say the guy said that he has like 50 less rushing attempts than the guys behind him.
Oh, in the conference?
In the conference.
Yeah, that sounds probably about right.
Yeah.
Rajay averaging right now 3.7 yards a carry, has 2 touchdowns on the year. And Bryce Williams, do you remember the Rajay? He ended up scoring a touchdown at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You remember right before that, he just about busted one.
Yeah.
And kind of got shoestringed, ankle tackled. And Bryce, off the air yesterday, we were watching the highlights, and he said, I remember that play. Rajay's got a little more burst than I gave him credit for. Remember, he broke one last year against Navy. So if he gets out in the open, he's no Keaton Mitchell. Nobody is.
But he hits the hole very hard.
He does.
I remember us saying that a lot last year about Rajay, is that he hits the hole with authority and is a physical runner, and he is. He's our power back, and then Keaton's the guy that can shift, and when he gets in the open field, he's gone.
All right, let's hear more Donnie Kirkpatrick. Part 3, Shirley.
How do you feel like the guys have bounced back as far as handling the success of the Tulane game, but also trying to gear back up for a big challenge?
Well, we learned early, year one, and I don't know why we're going back to year one, but I am. I think we beat Gardner Webb out here. And we came out Sunday, and they were about half the team thought, we don't have to practice today, do we? We won. We're like, yeah, we got to move on. You know what I'm saying? That's a one day you get to enjoy that. You got to move on, and so we haven't handled success very well. I don't think, and I think that was evident after we played at Marshall, because that was a really exciting win. Everybody was jacked up. Everybody felt great about that. And the next week we stunk in practice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that we said that to you guys on Wednesday or Tuesday or Monday, because you don't want to do that to your team. You don't want to give that to the opponent. But we stunk that whole week, okay, at least on offense. We stunk, and we were telling them that. At the end of the week, Coach kind of got a hold of them and told them that, and we thought maybe we'd regroup, but it was too late. It was probably too late to play well. And the team was better than obviously everybody wanted them to be. And so last week, though, it didn't feel much like a win, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And we really practiced well. He really challenged them. We've practiced well this week. We have, so maybe we're turning the corner. With Coach, we're not wanting to jinx that, knock on wood, but maybe we're turning the corner and starting to understand that you got to earn it every day. It all starts. Everybody in college is pretty good. They all got somebody wanted them. You know what I'm saying? So they're pretty good, and this level's really good. So we're getting ready to find out Saturday, I guess, aren't we? We're going to Disneyland, one way or the other, baby.
Coach, can you talk about Mason Garcia and his progress? We're starting to see him more on the field.
Yeah, God, you got to love that kid now. I'm telling you, he is really. He has had 3 weeks. Going into last week's game, he had 3 weeks of really good practices. And Coach Shore, who works with me, played quarterback for me at James Madison, has a lot of work with the quarterbacks too. And we're starting to, he's starting to get it. He's starting to really look good. He's starting to be fun to watch. And so I was like, we just got to get him in there more. And, obviously the week before, everybody was thinking, all right, we'll get him some work. That's going to be fun. And, obviously we screwed that up, so we didn't get to do that. But we haven't been able to just get him in there. And, God, he's done terrific. I think the greatest thing was we put him in, and we're going to throw the pass. It's going to be his first pass, of the game. And as he was going in, I thought to myself, oh, my God, he probably hadn't thrown a ball since warm-ups. And that's probably been like 2 hours, 3 hours ago. And, but to throw on the sideline would kind of give that away a little bit, that he was going to go in and throw a pass, because up until that time, he'd only run the ball. And so that's what we wanted them to think. So I thought, oh, my God, I'm probably an idiot. And I am an idiot. And I know it. My wife's told me that many times, so she's right. But he threw a damn dime. Made me look pretty good, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? Made me look pretty good out there. So I guess if you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I lived in Louisville and went to the Kentucky Derby, and those horses, they don't stretch. They don't do any warm-ups. They just get out there and run, So Mason, he's just he's a stud. He's a thoroughbred.
All right, there is Donnie Kirkpatrick, and we've seen the Mason package work for a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown in consecutive weeks. I would imagine we'll see him back on the field coming up on Saturday for a play or two, as that has worked for East Carolina in scoring situations these last couple weeks. Let's take a timeout. When we return, we will talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We will talk Rams Seahawks tonight. My football team taking on the Saints on Sunday. Panthers versus Jeff Nadu's Eagles on Sunday. We'll talk NFL, a little bit of college, the games tonight. When we return on Pirate Radio Live, we are back with you on a Thursday after this.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. And it's bow time.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road, beside the bowling alley in Greenville. Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans for over 30 years. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's Day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Everything must go up to 75% off. Air conditioners, $199. Refrigerators, $199. Dryers, $199. Queen mattresses, $199. ECU purple chairs, $99. Everything must go up to 75% off. Discount Mattress and Furniture, by the railroad track, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is sponsored by Signs and Tint, Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more. Visit Sign and Tint today at 801 Staten Road in Greenville or book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Quick look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update. It is still 0-0 between the White Sox and the Astros, but the Astros have 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the second, and an opportunity to strike first against the White Sox today. All right, we'll keep you up to date on all of that as we continue on in our show. Let's, great sports night. Let's talk about what's going on in the NFL with Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus. He joins us here on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Jeff, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Clip?
Doing great. Great sports night. You got your MLB playoffs going on. You got college football and one NFL game, and it is a good game. Shout out to the NFL schedule makers, back-to-back weeks where they've given us these NFC West matchups. And you got, Jeff, you got to ride the roller coaster in the NFL. I thought the Seahawks would bounce back and win last week against the 49ers on the road. They did that. I thought there was a chance the Rams could have a letdown after their big win over the Bucks, but I still took the Rams to beat the Cardinals. And boy, the Cardinals look really good in that one. So now it's time for the Rams to bounce back. They are 2.5-point favorites on the road at Seattle tonight. Total is at 54. Do the Rams bounce back and get a win, or does Seattle stay hot and win at home? What do you think about this matchup?
Well, Rams have won 3 of 4. Obviously, we look at them off a loss. McVay's been very good, particularly as well against the Seahawks. But, you know, Clip, there's just something about it. I'm not a big fan of betting against Russell Wilson at home as a dog in a close spread situation. I thought this was a really tough game. You know, gun to my head, I'd lean Seahawks, actually. I think they can match whatever the Rams are going to do offensively. Obviously, we know that defensively, the Seahawks have issues. If I like the Rams, I'd probably just look towards the team total. I think it's a tough game, though, to call. As I said, if I had to bet it, I would lean with the Seahawks. I just think we see a number here that I just think really is going to be publicly bet. We've seen 2.5, 2s. The number of 2.5 Clip available this morning, it's actually went down to 2, which is a weird sign here. The public is coming in and betting the Rams. The number should not be going down. I think this is a great game to watch.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if the Seahawks find a way. We've seen these big favorites struggle in primetime games.
Hopefully the trend continues of good primetime games we've seen in 2021. It's a great matchup on paper. Jeff, let's continue the bounce-back trend. Last week, a rare good call by me on Friday. I said the Giants would go to New Orleans and beat the Saints outright. I'm just not really a Saints believer, but now they have an opportunity to bounce back on the road at Washington. Washington snuck by Atlanta last week. Some Taylor Heineke heroics at the end of that game. The Saints are a 2.5-point road favorite in this matchup. Low total at 43.5 because tough to trust both of these offenses. Saints have a good defense. Washington does not have a good defense so far in 2021. Any interest in this game?
Yeah, I actually played Saints 1.5. I thought it was a good number. I thought it would go up. Sean Payton's very good off losses in his career. They've kind of flip-flop win-loss this year so far. Yeah, you said it best, Clip. The football team has allowed the most red zone trips for opponents in the NFL. They're allowing about 5 per game. They're just not very good defensively. I think we have to kind of take that thought and take it out of our head. They're not good on that side of the ball. We know that the Saints are generally going to have the advantage in the trenches. Awful loss. I just felt like the Saints, Clip, I bet Cincinnati last week against Notre Dame. I just thought they were the better team. This is kind of the case here. I don't think the Saints are great, but I think they're better than Washington. I'm going to lean on the New Orleans Saints here on the road.
Another team looking to bounce back, the Carolina Panthers, from their first loss of 2021. They're back home, 3-point favorites against your Eagles, total at 45. Jeff, what do you think about Philadelphia coming to North Carolina on Sunday?
Yeah, I thought this number was probably a bit high. I'd probably just put it at 3. I think at 4, I think there's some value if I have to play it on the Eagles. Look, I think as a fan, there's one thing I'll say about this team. I mean, they've been in every game. They just have had trouble scoring the football in the red zone. I don't know if, look, without Christian McCaffrey, I worry about the Panthers. J.C. Horn. I think it'll be a good game. I think the total's too low. I think if I can get a 44.5, both these teams throw it a lot. They're 8th and 9th in the NFL in passing yards. I know the defense for the Eagles can't stop anyone. I think the Panthers a little bit suspect now that Horn's out. I think the Eagles can move the ball. So I feel like if anything, I'll probably look towards an over here. 24-21 is a winner. I feel like these teams both get into the mid-20s.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, the Cardinals are not going to go undefeated this year, so you want to be ahead of the curve. You want to figure it out before it happens. Any chances this week? They are 5-point favorites at home against San Francisco, total sitting at 50. Do you think Arizona continues to roll here early in 2021?
Yeah, I actually took the Niners in this game, 5.5. I'm not real worried right now about the injury issues for the Niners because I actually would rather Lance play over Garoppolo, frankly. So I don't really care much about that. I think you kind of hit it on the head, Clip. This is the last undefeated team in the NFL. This is a team that I think is going to garner a lot of public action here. They're at home. I don't believe in their defense. I don't think they're very good on that side of the ball. I think the number's just too high. The Niners are a pretty good defense, have a good defensive line. I just feel like it doesn't really matter who's in the backfield. They can move the ball. So, the great thing about the Niners, Clip, is the fact that they have Kyle Shanahan as their coach, and I always have solace in that. So I like the Niners here. I think the number's been too high.
Jeff Nadu, big man on campus, joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at JeffNADU, also at patreon.com/BMOC for his picks and breakdowns of games, and he does it here on Pirate Radio Live, briefly with us every week. And Jeff, I did not watch a second of the Browns and Vikings last week, and I guess I'm glad I didn't. It was 14-7, looked like a snoozer. Browns with a similar line this week. I think they were they might have been 2-point favorites last week against Minnesota. They're 2-point dogs on the road against the Chargers. So these are two teams that maybe we're not used to seeing in the postseason that certainly have playoff aspirations. What do you think about Browns Chargers total at 47 coming up Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, kind of some things that I really like about the Browns here. Obviously, I think their offensive line will have some success against, I think, a pretty good defense, as we know. Look, the Browns like to run the football. The Chargers are the worst team in the NFL against the run. And I like the defense for the Browns. The problem that I have here is, and why I haven't played the Browns yet, is that they've got some issues in the secondary. Denzel Ward didn't practice this week so far. Greg Newsome hasn't practiced. Myles Garrett's not practiced. I know he's just out for rest, but they have some concerns. Some offensive linemen have been out, so I'm just kind of gun shy here. I think the Browns are the play. I think they're going to be, last week, Clip, that 14-7 game. You know what the Browns would have did in years past? They would have lost that game.
Yeah,
they did. They found a way to win, but I'm a little worried about this injury report. I got to get some health in that secondary because Justin Herbert is a gunslinger.
Game of the week on paper, Jeff. Sunday night, Bills at Chiefs. Right now I see the Chiefs at -2.5. That is -120 if you want to take that side. So could go up to 3. The total at 56.5. Bills have been tremendous since that week 1 loss to the Steelers. Chiefs have kind of fooled around. They almost act like they're bored with the regular season. Sometimes it seems that way. So they should get up for this one. What do you think about this Sunday night matchup?
Yeah, I played the Bills. I played 2 games so far. Bills money line and the Niners plus 5.5. I like the Bills here. I think I've been kind of someone that try to find ways to bet against the Chiefs. I don't want to lay points with them. I just don't. This defense is really bad, Clip. Really bad. I saw them in person. It was ugly. I think this is just the offense to attack them. One thing we know about the Bills, this defense has really been good. They've been pitched some shutouts this year. In Josh Allen's career with lines of 3 or less, he's 11-4 against the spread. Been good as a dog. I like the Bills here. I think they're the best team in the NFL, top to bottom. And that changes, I think, kind of every week or two. But I really like Bill team. I think they win the game.
They have been, as I said, just completely dominant. Look at the scores from weeks 2, 3, and 4, what they've done since that kind of head-scratching opening season loss to Pittsburgh, who has looked horrible since then. Jeff, one more. What do you do with Urban and the Jags here? The Titans have looked so bad. I mean, they're coming off a loss to the Jets, so things aren't good in Tennessee right now. You would think they would be able to bounce back and take care of Jacksonville, who's got all kinds of distractions going on. The Titans are a road favorite in this game, total at 48.5. Titans around 4.5-point favorites. So I don't know. Do you kick the Jags while they're down? Are you scared to take the Titans? What would you do here?
Yeah, weirdly enough, Clip, the big issue with the Titans this year has been something that they have been so good at in years past. They have not converted in the red zone, which, I don't know if that's Arthur Smith leaving or what, but you look at that game against the Jets, they were 2 for 5 in the red zone. But, Clip, they had 30 first downs in the game. I mean, they dominated and it moved the football with ease. I just think they're just kind of a tick off right now. I feel like in this game you don't complicate it. Tannehill be a game manager. You got to give the ball to Derrick Henry a lot. This is a Jags team that can't stop the run. They have owned this team over the last couple of years, winning games by major margin. And look, while the Titans have issues right now, Clip, I'm not sure I've seen a team with more issues than the Jags. I mean, this is a complete mess, this Urban Meyer stuff. I feel like with college kids, you can kind of get by with the behavior that he's as far as after the fact, but these NFL guys see through this fakeness and fraudulence from Urban Meyer. I mean, I don't know what that apology was. People saw right through it. The truth of the matter was Urban Meyer saw a pretty woman at the bar, and he did a little too much. Now he has to try to explain himself, but he didn't really explain himself. This is a mess. I don't think they really buy into what he's selling. This is a tough spot for the Jags, and they got to be at home. It's not like they can get out of Jacksonville and go on a trip or something. They've been at home. They've been here all week. I think the Titans get the job done here.
Yeah, and talk about poor timing, too, Jeff. They've been frisky. They were in a game 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember who was against. They were winning part of the game in week 3, but they were up, double digits, 2 possessions on the Bengals. Now, Burrow and the Bengals came back and won last Thursday, but it kind of felt like things were maybe going in the right direction, and then you have this, and it's like 1 step forward and 8 steps back with the Jags.
Yeah, it was that game against Arizona.
Right, the Cardinals.
Whatever. But yeah, I think, ultimately they lost by double digits to both higher-end teams they faced. The Bengals, I don't consider them a great team. They still lost to them, and they lost to the Texans. They gave up 37. So I feel like you don't complicate things. You get back to what you do well. And look, I was surprised, Clip, yesterday by the ownership of the Titans. I would have made a move and tried to get Stephen Gilmore. I thought he could have helped the Titans significantly. I think they need some help in the corner spot. But, they seem kind of happy with where they are. I think they get the job done here and win, 31-17 or something.
Gilmore, a South Carolina native, he's coming to Charlotte, which is, considered home for him. And, Jeff, what's an outsider's perspective on what the Panthers are doing? This Fitterer guy coming over from Seattle has been super aggressive. And they made, Chandler, 2 trades in 2 weeks, I think, with corners. So didn't they get who else did they get, Chandler? Turn your mic on. I still can't hear you. All right. We'll forget Chandler.
We had C.J. Henderson.
There he is.
There I am. We had C.J. Henderson last week, and then this week, obviously, we got Stephon Gilmore. And
so I don't know.
Both really for nothing. I mean, we gave up Dan Arnold last week with C.J. Henderson. I mean, we're basically going to the rookie Tommy Tremble, and then gave up a 6th-round pick in the 2023 draft for Stephon Gilmore. So.
And I don't know if they're quite ready. I don't think they are to be, upper echelon of the NFC. But this is something the fan base is going to get behind, Jeff, and rally them to get fired up about these Panthers.
This is how you win as a football team. And this is one of the things that I hate about the organization I root for. They are not smart enough to go out and do stuff like this. They need linebackers like I need a hot woman to knock on my door. But they don't go out and make it happen. They could have got Jalen Smith, and they didn't do it. It's stupid. This is a team that recognizes that going forward, they're going to have issues in the secondary. They lose J.C. Horn. Maybe at right corner, they're not very good. So they go out and get C.J. Henderson. They go out and shore it up with, a 6th-round pick is nothing. and you get a great player in Stephon Gilmore. So, and he's coming home. He'll be happy. Great move by the Panthers. Keep an eye on this group.
Jeff Nadu joining us real quick. Jeff, some games I did not hit. Falcons are a 3-point favorite at home against the Jets. The Bucks, 10-point favorites against the struggling Miami Dolphins. You also got the Vikings in a division matchup against the Lions. Vikings big favorites in that one. We got to pick them between the Broncos and the Steelers. The Packers, it's a pretty good game. 3-point road favorites against the Bengals. Patriots big favorites over the Texans. Raiders 5.5-point favorites over Justin Fields and the Bears. And then the other one we didn't hit, Cowboys, a 7-point favorite at home against the Giants Monday night. Ravens Colts. So you said you already put in 2 plays, and we've already talked about those plays. So any other leans on those other games we didn't get into?
Yeah, Clip, you did a great job today with highlighting the games that I actually like. All these other ones are tough. I think, one that I had some interest in was, I keep really just liking Denver. I had them last week. They didn't get the job done. But, they didn't have Teddy in the second half. I feel like if I can get a good injury report on him, I don't know why the Steelers are laying points to anyone. I got to be honest. I think the Steelers are bad. Ben Roethlisberger is a complete mess. It looks like, according to NBC Sports, Teddy Bridgewater is going to practice today as well. So that's good news. I think that's one that I'll have my eye on. I like the Broncos. Love their defense. I like it's a Steeler team that really strikes fear in anybody. So I kind of lean Denver a little bit.
Jeff, while we got you here, any interest in tonight's college slate? We'll talk more college football with you Saturday, a quick segment on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. But Tulsa, after getting hammered by East Carolina, looks to bounce back tonight. They are underdogs at home against Houston. Coastal Carolina, 15th in the country, 20-point favorites on the road tonight against Arkansas State. Any interest in the college action going on?
Well, I'll quickly say this. If you ask me, Clip, ask me right now, who do I think the worst defensive team in the country? Ask me that.
All right. Worst defensive team in all of America. Who do you got?
It's undoubtedly Arkansas State. I mean, this team is absolutely dreadful against opposing teams. Coastal Carolina is scary. I think if they don't hit 50 tonight, I think it's kind of an embarrassment. Arkansas State is that bad. They're giving up 70 yards more than anyone else in the country. It's incredible. So I would look that way.
I'm looking up team total 46.5. You said 50, so you like that?
I'm going to aim for 48 at minimum.
Okay.
The only worry, Clip, is Coastal midweek game. Fun Belt starts next week. They got App State on deck, so maybe maybe they pull the foot off the gas a little bit. That's why it's not a full unit play. Also, I took a little shot with Houston Tulane over 59.5. It's been bet up to 6.5.
Well, I thought you might say Tulane had the worst defense. That's where I thought you were actually going with that.
They're pretty bad themselves, to be honest. You saw that last week. I was surprised to see this total so low, Clip. I got to be honest. I thought we'd be mid-60s here. Houston hasn't really been able to let their hair down much yet against a really bad defense, but they've been able to put 40s on the board. I feel like Dana and co get back to kind of what they do. The next 2 weeks, no offense, I think they should put some points up next week as well, even against SMU. I kind of had this at like 41-27. I was surprised to see it only at 59.5. I feel like, as we know with Michael Pratt, he's a guy that can put points on the board. I think he'd at least give you 20 or something. So I leaned over in this one.
Jeff, great stuff today, man. Always enjoyed talking football with you. Pretty soon, we'll be talking college basketball with you. I know you are already starting the talk your way, so looking forward to that as well, Jeff. We got a bye week next week with East Carolina, so we're going to be focusing on hoops coming up next week on the show, so looking forward to that. I know you're already ready to go.
Yeah, I'm already into the B conferences. I did all the A conferences this week, and I will set the stage for East Carolina fans. Look, don't knock me for my picks on East Carolina. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm an outside mind that gives you the business the right way. So
trust me, Jeff. Nobody is going to argue if you have East Carolina near or at the bottom of the league. I promise.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I won't put them bottom. Just for you, Cliff.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Jeff, we'll talk Saturday, man. Enjoy the games tonight and Friday, and we'll talk to you leading up to East Carolina UCF on Saturday.
Well, they're one of my plays this week, so I look forward to it.
All right, we talked about it Tuesday. If you missed that, you'll find out what side Jeff is on Saturday I'll go ahead and tell you. He likes the Pirates in this matchup with UCF coming up on Saturday. What does Tony Collins think about ECU and UCF? We'll ask him when he joins us on the other side of this timeout. We'll open up hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday with Touchdown Tony Collins when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $3,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the DAP House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-priced wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphouse.com. nc.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you one that has been waiting before trying CBD? ENS Hemp is the area's leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue, or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Quick update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Jose Altuve beats the Tag at home, and the Astros have taken a 2-0 lead in Game 1 of the ALDS. They are in the third inning, 1 out. Astros 2, White Sox 0. And that is a look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Da Buck. Chandler Honeycutt here, Shirley Rhodes, and touchdown, Tony Collins.
In the house.
Tony C., there was a time where if ECU beat Tulane and if ECU won 3 in a row, we wouldn't make that big of a deal about it, but man, it feels good right about now with all the struggles the Pirates have had. How about that performance on Saturday?
Hey, man, I was very impressed. They played well. Defense played well. It was a complete game. I mean, they really, I thought they played a complete game, and it was, like we talked about last week, a pivotal game for us.
Yep.
And they won it. It was a good deal.
Great performance. Looked fun out there, Tony, pregame. We were here in studio. You were hanging out for at least part of the pregame at the Pirate Radio Tailgate Zone. Homecoming, so had a lot of your old teammates, a lot of old Pirates around, and I know that was fun for you.
Yeah, seeing Robert Jones and Mark and a bunch of guys, Dan Hart, and it's always good, man, to see the guys and the atmosphere. I don't miss it, but I love to be in the atmosphere and understanding, it's a Pirate. I'm going to be a Pirate for the rest of my life, win or lose, and I'm always going to back the Pirates. So we had a lot of fun on Saturday.
When you're with Robert and Mark and you're taking pictures and stuff, and people say, "Oh, you were on the Peach Bowl team," do you just say, "Yeah, I was on that team"?
No.
yeah, of course. No, Tony played a little before then.
Yeah, a lot before then.
Hey, you never get tired of talking about your glory days, though, right?
Oh, no. We have fun. Yeah, it's a good time.
We got a high fly ball deep to left, Tony Collins, and that one's off the wall.
That's a double.
That it is. Alex Bregman will score, and it is 3-0. Tony's, should I say Tony's Red Sox? You rooting for the Red Sox? Do you really care?
Not really. Okay. I'm not really. I'll watch the World Series, no matter who goes in there, but it doesn't matter.
Red Sox and Rays playing tonight. Dodgers walked it off last night in the bottom of the ninth. I believe it was the ninth, either ninth.
Yeah, it was the ninth.
It was a late one.
Yeah, it was the ninth.
As they knocked off the Cardinals. So you got playoff baseball going on. You got a great Thursday night game. We'll talk NFL a little bit later, Tony, but Rams Seahawks should be good tonight.
That should be a very interesting game. Russell Wilson's a great quarterback, and the Rams they got I think maybe one of the top 4 in the NFL.
Rams?
Yeah. Don't you think he's about in the top 4 the way he's playing right now?
Who are you talking about?
The Rams quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford.
I got the Rams as a top 4 team in the NFL.
Yeah. But what do you think about Matt Stafford as a quarterback? You don't think he's in the top 4, maybe 5 of all the quarterbacks in the league now? That's what I'm saying. How they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes.
He's a part of the MVP chatter.
You got Mahomes,
Derek Carr.
You got Josh Allen is playing pretty good.
Josh Allen, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold
leads the league in rushing touchdowns, Tony.
Well, we're not talking about rushing touchdowns. We're talking about throwing right now.
Sam Darnold throws for 300. I'm just saying. I'm kind of just saying. Dak Prescott is up there.
Oh, yeah. Dak is playing great football.
But no, Stafford, absolutely. And the way they crushed the Bucks a couple weeks ago, you got to take notice. Now, how about Kyler Murray and the Cardinals that smoked the Rams last week?
Now, that's the thing, man. That kid is playing some good football. They're the only undefeated team. Is that correct?
The Cardinals are. Yeah. I don't know who had that.
Yeah, they're playing good football, and they got a good defense, too, so it's fun to watch them.
We'll get to NFL because I want to get your thoughts on Brady going back to Foxborough and beating the Patriots. But We'll talk about it later. Mac Jones, for about a quarter and a half of that game, played better than Tom Brady. But we'll discuss that later on in the show. Let's hear more from Mike Houston, Shirley, as we get ready for East Carolina and UCF. He was asked what stands out about UCF's offense. Cut 9.
Speed, everywhere. Really good offensive line. Speed at every skill position. I mean, top end speed. I mean, they're a fast football team. Same thing defensively.
Everywhere, Tony. Kicker.
The kicker's fast.
Water boy.
They got speed everywhere.
Just speed. Yeah, they got that Florida speed that we hear about.
Now, when there's a player hurt, you watch that athletic training staff. They're out
4-4 on the middle of the field.
Yeah,
quick.
Even they're fast.
Yep.
Everybody's fast.
Everybody's fast down there in Orlando. Tony, East Carolina 1-0 in conference play. Mike Houston and all coaches do this. They are so week to week. They try to go 1-0 every week. They don't even want to talk about a winning streak or anything. But Ronnie Woodward did ask, how excited he is to be in conference play and to be 1-0 right now.
Well, I mean, that's you see the deal right there. That's our focus. 1-0 each week. And it's great to get a win last week. It's kind of like scoring first in a ball game. You get the momentum. Get off to a fast start. So now can you build on that? Can we go 1-0 again this week? Certainly, it's how you want to start. It's better than the alternative. Can we build on it this week and go 1-0 again?
Pirates are having to figure out how to learn how to win, and Mike Houston talked about how to learn getting over a win and moving on and trying to put together that same good week of practice to try to get another one. Cut 11.
Well, that's what we talked about it on Sunday, talked about it on Tuesday. Certainly we've harped on it. It's learning how to get over a win, building on the win, trying to play better this week. They learned very well the ingredients, the preparation. And that's why I say, when you get on that plane Friday, it's just those 70 some odd players are going to play in the game. So you don't have a whole lot of extra fluff around you. So hopefully it's by that point we're a very focused group. But it's, that mental prep between now and kickoff Saturday evening is going to be very critical. It's a fine line there. You want to be very focused, you want to be very intense, but you don't want to be uptight. You want to be relaxed, because you want to play fast, but you want to play extremely aggressive. And I feel like we found that balance last week, and we want to hold on to that balance. So we'll be talking about preparing mentally, over the next couple of days.
All right, there is Mike Houston from Wednesday's press conference. Tony, East Carolina, like a lot of teams, always plays better when it seems like there's some adversity, when they're the underdog, when they have an edge to them. I don't know if you heard about this. They were given a little bit of edge this week. Shirley, can we hear from Cam Good again? This is UCF defensive tackle talking with the media back on Monday.
I'm excited. I know the bounce house is going to be bouncing this weekend. I know the energy is going to be there. They're excited to see us win, and I'm guaranteeing we're going to bring that to the fans.
Guaranteed.
Is he taking your bit? Is he stealing your act?
Now that's something we feed on right there. Mm-hmm. You feed on that. You gotta feed on that, man. I would let all the players hear that right there.
Now it's such empty words, because Tony Collins pays off his guarantees. Cam Good, if they lose, nothing's gonna happen.
They lost.
But guarantee, the G word has been thrown out by UCF guys. By the way, we still need you to pay off your mayonnaise bet, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
we're waiting on Troy.
Yep, I can't. And after a while, I'm going to run out. What do you call that thing? I'm going to run out of my
eligibility. What are you talking about? Run out of? What are you running out of? What are you trying to? What is happening? What is wrong?
I can't think of the name of when you do something bad.
Yeah.
And
statute of limitations.
Yeah.
We got there. Took us a little while.
That's why I'm laughing, because I couldn't think of that.
Now, Chandler and I were thinking of doing a bit where we cut the camera off here, and we act like we're doing it, because Troy would get so mad if we did it without him.
You know he would.
He would freak out.
Got to be here.
That would be so hilarious if we pretended to do it without Troy here. We got to get that done. We're waiting on
but
Troy.
I made a guarantee last week, and it came through.
Bucks?
No, not Bucks. I made a guarantee. I thought I made a guarantee on East Carolina winning.
Okay, maybe you did. You had Brady beating the Patriots too, though.
Oh yeah, that was two. I thought I asked you. We might need to roll the tape back and see.
Roll the tape.
I don't know.
No, you've hit on 3 out of 4, I think, guarantees so far.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been pretty good.
I missed the what game was that? The Appalachian State.
App State,
yeah,
first game.
Yeah.
Duke's Mayo Classic.
Yeah.
That's why we got the Mayo involved. I think at some point, too, like if you hit 2 more guarantees before we put the Mayo on you, that should probably cancel out the Mayo.
I would think so.
Do you got a guarantee for us today?
Not yet.
The hour is early. We'll save that for later. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll talk more ECU, UCF. We'll talk some NFL with touchdown Tony Collins and have more for you. We'll make you a winner as well. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag here on a Thursday. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch Program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency, and you guys have been taking care of my home and auto insurance for years, but I've been noticing that's not all you do.
First and foremost, Brian, thank you for trusting us to help you and your family with your insurance needs. And you're exactly right. We offer a full host of insurance products to help protect our customers' personal and business insurance needs. Let me introduce you to Nathan Brannon, our commercial insurance specialist, and he can tell you about some of the other products we offer.
Great to talk with you, Brian. As John mentioned, I specialize in offering general liability,
commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout eastern North Carolina. As a graduate of East Carolina University, I am passionate about taking care of my fellow pirates.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide you just about any coverage a business owner might need. So give the Gavigan Agency a call today for any of your personal or business insurance needs and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. And if you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace or a pool walkway or a fire pit or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. Or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes Outdoor Showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. Now back to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We'll be with you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate coming up Saturday, 2 o'clock, taking you up to the 6 o'clock kickoff. The game can be seen on ESPN Plus, Pirates and Knights. Tony, we talked about this earlier in the show. Tony Collins here, former Pirate great running back. How about the running backs this year for East Carolina? Haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since 2014. Wow. Keaton Mitchell right now through 5 games has 574 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rajay Harris has 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. How about the splits between these guys? Keaton Mitchell has 60 carries. Rajay has 62. Keaton Mitchell has 14 catches. Rajay has 12. Coaches have done a great job.
Yes, they have.
Of splitting this up. And how about this number, Tony? The Pirates have ran the ball 178 times this year. The Pirates have thrown the ball 176 times this year.
Wow.
I mean, that's about how you want it, right?
That's really nice balance, man. It really is. But now we just got to score points all the time. We love the balance, but we need to score points as well.
Pirates got down 14-0 to Charleston Southern. The next week, Tony, they come out and got 24-0 on Tulane. Just the preparation, whatever it was, they were locked in for that game on Saturday. That fast start was huge. Because East Carolina continues, for whatever reason, to struggle in the third quarter, being outscored 44-10 this year in the third. That's been their one bugaboo, really, all season long that's been consistent. And, look, this is a UCF team. They're 10-point favorites in Orlando, Tony. They just lost to Navy, who has looked really bad so far this year, but Navy put together their best performance last week. UCF's lost 2 in a row now. They're without their starting quarterback. They seem pretty gettable right now.
Let me tell you, it's going to be a challenge, but it's a game that we have to go in and not have turnovers. I mean, we can't go up there or go down there, rather. We can't go down there and have turnovers. It's going to be a game where we need to get the turnovers, and that's how. I mean, they're favored by 10, and I think we have a chance, man. We really do have a chance to beat these guys, but we got to play almost perfect football.
How about last week? Pirates forced 4 turnovers in that game, Tony. 3 picks, got a fumble, and dominated that, won the time of possession. I mean, those are categories that if you win, you're going to win the game 9 out of 10, almost Absolutely. 10 out of 10 times.
You get 4 or 5 turnovers a game, you're going to win the game. And see, here's the thing about the UCF team. Without their quarterback, now I don't know how good the second string quarterback is, but as a defensive player, when you got a second string, you want to put as much pressure on this kid as possible, and hopefully I think that's what we should do in the game coming up.
Sometimes our defense is too aggressive blitzing at times, but they're going to definitely send the house. Mikey Keene is the quarterback, and these are not UCF numbers, Tony.
Freshman, sophomore, what is he?
I want to say he is a freshman. I will check on him real quick. Mikey Keene is a freshman.
and he last week threw for 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. UCF is used to putting up like 500 yards a game. I mean, so he is kind of working his way in. And you're right. This is an opportunity for, once again, just like last week, East Carolina was the aggressor against Tulane. Blake Harrell and that defense got to be aggressive this week. Go after the kid.
And you know what? And here's the thing: if we can pull out a victory here, man, you know how high these kids will be as far as going into the following week. I mean, it's a I don't want to say a pivotal game for us, but it could be a game where it can push us into maybe winning 7 games this year
or more. Last week was about, if you want to get to a bowl game, you got to beat Tulane.
Yeah, you got to.
You beat UCF, you're starting to think, all right, well, why not us in the conference championship game? I mean, you start to raise your goals even higher.
And you know what? And that's the thing, man. When you're playing well, everybody's feeling well, everybody's feeling good, and that's the thing. We got to put a lot of pressure on this quarterback and go up there and play balls out. And I think we can pull this out.
Tony, how much did you enjoy seeing East Carolina go for it on 4th down 5 times last week? They converted 4 times. That was awesome.
I loved it. I mean, Houston, because I know I'm pretty sure he's making the call and he's doing a good job with that. When you do 4 out of 5, that's not too bad,
man. And they stink on 3rd down, so it's a good thing that stat has unfortunately
that one's got to go up. That one has to go up.
But man, they were awesome on 4th down and picked up a big win over Tulane, and now they'll try to roll that into Orlando coming up on Saturday. Tony, let's talk a little NFL. Brady return. I love what the Patriots did, the fans did on Sunday night. Got the ovation before the game. Then once the game started,
it was booing them.
There was some boos. I think that's great. They're like, hey, we still love you, but now we're rooting against you.
Yeah.
I thought they handled that perfect.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. And I have to put it to you like this. If it wasn't a whole lot of rain that night, it wouldn't have been pretty.
Been a blowout.
I mean, I watched the game, and a lot of the catches. I mean, a lot of the drops that Tampa Bay had. Antonio Brown dropped one in the end zone. There was a lot of drops, but I thought it was a game played very well by our rookie quarterback. I thought he played a fantastic game, and it was fun to see Brady on the field in another uniform.
I give credit to a lot of credit to Mac Jones and the Patriots. Every time it looked like the Bucs were kind of, all right, we're going to take control of this one, he would lead a drive. And there was one point where he had was it 17, 18 completions in a row?
Yeah, 18 in a row.
And 18. It wasn't a lot of downfield stuff. It was classic,
Brady stuff, almost like Brady stuff.
It was very Brady-ish. And it worked for him. He was 31 of 40, 275 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And what did you think of the decision there at the end, Tony, to go for the 50-plus yard field goal instead of go for a 4th and 3?
You know what? It's a coach's decision. I mean, he was that close to making it. I thought I would have went for it with the weather being the way it was, raining like that. I would have went for it, and I think they could have picked that 4 yards up, man.
Here's why I would go for it. If you make the field goal, you take a 1-point lead, and Brady's got the ball.
Too much time
with 55 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that's too much time.
Ball game. That's why I would have gone for it, but they try to kick the field goal. The Bucs sneak out of there with the victory. Bucs all of a sudden, after 2 weeks, they were looking pretty invincible, Tony, after what they did last year. They look pretty beatable right now. They're going to win a ton of games, but I still like the Rams, even though what happened to them last week, and even the Cowboys. I think in the NFC, those 2 teams right now are with the Bucs.
I'm surprised the Bucs defense is not playing well. I know they may have some injuries on their defensive squad because the Tampa Bay Bucs got one of the best defenses in the league.
Well, they're so banged up, they had to bring in Richard Sherman to play.
Yeah,
also,
there's a lot of injuries over there, but you have the Rams, and I think the Rams will definitely be up there with Tampa Bay as far as trying to win that division.
The Patriots go to Houston. They should be able to win that one. And then they got the Cowboys. That's going to be tough, but they play the Jets. A chance to get a couple wins here. Do you think they still have a chance to do something this year?
Make the playoffs, maybe. maybe make the playoffs.
They gonna catch the Bills.
No, they're not going to catch the Bills. I mean, we can get a wild card. We can get a wild card out of there because you got Miami, you got Cincinnati, you got Pittsburgh. You got some AFC teams that are not that great. Out on the West Coast, they got a lot of good teams out there.
Yeah,
but they may can sneak in with a wild card.
The Bills, since losing that weird game against the Steelers week 1, have won 35-0, 43-21, and 40-0. I mean, they have dominated since week 1.
They have. And now I want you to look at their schedule, too. The teams that they dominated, they're not great teams,
Yeah, my team's in there. Hey, we put up 21 on them. Shut out the Dolphins, shut out the Texans. You got a point there.
They're not great. Hey, they're not great teams.
They're going to be tested Sunday night.
Absolutely. I think Kansas City can beat them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I really feel that Kansas City. I don't think they're going to beat them. I think they will beat them.
The Chiefs. Sunday night,
Kansas City. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They, I swear, they're kind of like you always hear like LeBron like flips the switch when the playoffs start, kind of sleepwalks through the regular season. I feel like the Chiefs get bored with regular season football. Like they fumble it, they throw picks. Like I feel like if they really focus, they could go 17-0.
They have so many weapons on offense, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's fun to watch if you want the Kansas City Chiefs to win. But if you're on the defensive side, man, it's a nightmare over there. I mean, but I don't know what's going on. I think their defense is not playing as well as they should.
I mean, Brady is the greatest of all time, but what if he had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce? Yeah. Now he had a Kelce and Gronk all those years, but never all these weapons that the Chiefs have right now.
But Mahomes is a pretty decent quarterback.
He is. Now, he could make like Aaron Rodgers. He's got Adams right now, but Aaron Rodgers has never been surrounded with.
Don't have a lot of weapons.
He's kind of made it. Yeah. I think Mahomes could probably do the same thing where he makes the guys look good.
Yeah.
All right, coming up tonight, who you like? Rams Seahawks. This is a great game.
I have to go with the Rams, man. Going into Seattle, I mean, it's going to be tough. Going into Seattle is always tough playing up there, but I think defensively they're better, and I think offensively they're better too as far as the quarterbacks goes. I know Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. He scrambles a lot, but Matt Stafford, I just think he's one of the top 4 quarterbacks in the league right now, and I think he's going to come through tonight.
Got McVay, the little genius calling the plays, and Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. A lot of weapons there in LA. I think I'm going to take the Rams as well, Tony. We said last week was, make me a believer week. All those undefeated teams. Panthers lost, Broncos lost. There was one more. The Raiders lost on Monday night.
Yeah.
So now there's only one undefeated team. And I didn't even really bring up the Cardinals because I just thought the Rams would beat them.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals now 4-0, the only undefeated team left. So a lot of parity, as always, going on around the NFL.
I love the quarterback. I didn't think he would be this successful so early.
Talking about Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I think he's playing. He has a lot of weapons as well on that on as receivers, but he's playing some good football, man. And their defense is good. So, but they're going to be tested pretty soon.
You mentioned Seattle, the 12th man, one of the toughest places to play in the NFL. I think the Chiefs are up there at Arrowhead. When you played, Tony, what was the most intimidating road environment back when you played?
I tell you what, going down to New York was the fans, man, they actually hated us. I don't know why. I never did anything to them.
But hey, you're a New York guy, right?
Yeah,
I sure like you.
Playing in New York.
Where did y'all play? The Meadowlands?
At the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
We have to play them twice a year. So I mean, but going down there it's really tough playing them. Dealing with the fans all the time. I mean, I'm talking about they're not as worse as the Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Okay,
but they're close.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So you in that Buffalo, and you got to go down to Miami. That was probably an easy road trip.
No,
right?
wait. I love going to Miami.
Yeah.
That's we want to go to Miami every year.
Yeah, you probably had too much fun. If you read Broken Road, the book, Tony's book, you can check that out. I had too much fun in Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess were the Seahawks in the NFL when you played, Tony?
Yeah,
Did they play in the dome?
They were in the dome,
the King Dome.
And now that was a tough place to play. But we did. I'm only probably played them maybe twice in my career because they're not in our division. But And that was a tough place to play. I forgot about the Dome.
I'm trying to think. So the Eagles Veterans Stadium had was that like the worst turf? I always heard about that.
It was actually. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I played in New England, our turf was almost just as bad as the Philadelphia's turf.
Did y'all have natural grass or
no? We were when I played, we were on turf, and it wasn't no foam underneath the turf. It was cement.
And you could feel it, like
absolutely, man.
Yeah,
it was tough, man. It was tough. That's why I had to get two new knees.
There you go. It's right there. The proof in the pudding. There. All right, let's Shirley Rhodes. Let's make somebody a winner here on a Thursday. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Shirley, what do you want to give away today?
Why don't we do a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's?
I thought you might say that, and I think I might have Chico's tonight. 317-1250. What caller are we looking for?
I'm going to go with caller number 7.
All right, caller 7. Lucky number 7, 317-1250. As we take a timeout, update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Altuve doubles. They hold the runner at third. So right now, 2 outs in the fourth. It is Astros 3, White Sox nothing. Astros threatening for more. We'll be back after this.
Hey y'all, it's October, which means it's time to get ready for Halloween. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, Greenville's locally owned Halloween superstore for 23 years. The Halloween fun is back, and we have everything you need to make it one to remember. From kids to adults, we've got you covered. We have the largest selection of masks in Greenville, plus every other costume you can think of. Come visit our new location in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville on Greenville Boulevard, open 7 days a week. Halloween Express, what are you going to be?
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out.
Like shouting from the rooftop! Free cheesy! Screaming it!
We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprisefrees.domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities. Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA is the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. And congratulations to Jeff Dover of Greenville, picked up shrimp taco lunch, courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's. Enjoy your favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus, ice cold cervezas and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Some Chico's would be good on a night like tonight. Some great sports action going on as well. You got the baseball playoffs right now. Lance Lynn has just been pulled. It is 5-0 Houston. Wow. They are taking it to the White Sox. That's a look at our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Tony Collins is alongside. Tony just looked at me and said, "You've been doing this for 3 hours?" Every day, Tony. Every day. And hey, give the people what they want. I don't know who's asking for this.
There you go.
But
give the people what they want.
We do that every Thursday with Tony Collins here for the final hour of the show. Shirley, let's talk some defense. What a performance on Saturday. Pirates forcing all those turnovers, sacks, fumbles, interceptions, and Blake Harrell now will bring that aggression to Orlando as ECU takes on UCF on Saturday. Let's hear his comments from yesterday.
No, looking at the Tulane game, a lot of big hits, momentum hits that weren't targeting. You know, because we kept looking at the scoreboard like, oh, there's going to be a flag, but it wasn't. How does that make you feel of good, safe hits that were big plays?
That's how we want to play the game. We want to be physical. We want to, attack ball carriers, whether it's, be physical up front, D-line level, secondary level, linebacker level. And go get after guys. And that play, Coach Houston said it probably from day one when he got here. Play with chin out of your toes, downhill, flying around, fast and physical. And the guys did that on Saturday, did a nice job of it. And it wasn't just one guy. Gerard, Malik, J-Mac, several guys fit in that category. And, you're always worried about, hey, they hit them in the strike zone. And we always talk about that and teach that and coach that. And guys, when they know what they're doing and feel confident, they play fast and they play physical, and it showed up Saturday.
Sounds like UCF obviously wanted Gabriel, and not to give away the game plan. How does that change how you guys maybe approach this game?
Yeah, so, we're going to prepare like they got everybody there. And, whether it's Gabriel, whether it's the freshman quarterback, whether it's the older Gatewood kid, whoever it may be, they're all very talented. The young kid, 16, he is a young Gabriel. I mean, that's all it is. He's no different. The talent looks very similar. And Gabriel, you're talking about one of the top in college football. So they'll have a good plan, and we'll be prepared for all scenarios there that could happen. And, you got to be ready. Because if you're not and you show up and all of a sudden Gabriel's playing, then you're behind the 8 ball there. So we'll prepare for him. We'll prepare for the young kid. We'll prepare for Gatewood and all phases there. So. And all of them good players, and all of them played a lot, some some good football at high competition levels, and in certain worth you got your handfuls to defend them.
You had to do the same thing against South Carolina this year. Is it nice that in out of conference play you almost got a pre-prep with having to prepare?
Yeah. If you're thinking back about, you didn't know if it was going to be Zeb or Doty or who at South Carolina, so it was a different little tweak there for each whoever was a quarterback. So we've already went through that once this year, and really, we talked to our kids about. Obviously, we want to know our personnel: who's a quarterback, who's a tailback, who's a receiver, who it may be. But at the end of the day, it's about us and how we play our fundamentals and how we execute, how hard we play, how physical we play, and playing together. So that's been our main focus through all this, and not knowing exactly what personnel may be on the field for them. But at the same time, we want to know, what running backs on the field, what receivers out wide, what O-lineman, is in the game, what quarterback's in the game. But at the end of the day, it's about us and how we execute and how we play.
All right, there is Blake Harrell preparing for all options for UCF, and he has to say what he has to say, but their backup is not as good as Dylan Gabriel. Tony, do you ever? The coaches have to say that
politically
stuff.
correct. They're always that.
And even the players are.
So Gabriel's not officially ruled out.
He has a broken clavicle that he suffered.
How the hell can he play?
He's not going to play. He's out.
Why is he even talking about this guy?
I don't know. That's a great question. I was thinking about that as I was listening to it.
We got to be prepared for Gabriel.
Hey, what if he comes in?
He's in the freaking hospital.
Well, he's in a full body cast. He can still come in. Do you ever wish your coach would be like, yeah, that guy stinks? Like,
yeah, we're going to beat the crap out of him.
Speaking of coaches and their behavior, Tony, got to get your thoughts on Urban Meyer. What a mess. There's so many ways to talk about this.
First of all, he should have got on the freaking plane and went back home. Went back to Jacksonville. That's
with the team.
Yeah, with the team. That's the first mistake he made.
Yeah. Now there was a lot of mistakes that followed,
but that was the first one.
Stick with the team. Go back home. He was out.
Bad news, man. It may not look too bad if they're like 4-0 right now, but they're 0-4.
Yeah, that's a good point. So then he has to go back to his team and address it.
Yeah.
Apparently
he's got to address his wife too.
Well, that's a whole another side of it. Apparently there was a lot of this college guy comes in, tries to do it his way. He's talking to grown men. It's not working. So that was already kind of happening. You already mentioned the 0-4 record, so that's happening. There was a report, Tony, that he talked to the players on Tuesday about it, walked out of the room. Now, this is the report, and it said everybody just started busting out laughing, and Urban Meyer could hear him laughing. That's got to be the worst thing when they just lose all respect for you.
But here's the thing. I mean, you're talking to freaking grown men now. You're not talking to the kids that just came out of high school. And and the thing about it is he's probably losing the guys because when I was in the league, and Ron Myers came in from SMU. He was a decent college coach. He had Eric Dickerson and, had that Pony Express down there. They won a lot of games. They cheated a lot.
Oh, yeah. So he was used to paying his best players. Yeah, he knew how that worked.
But the thing about it is, man, you get some college coaches that just can't coach pro ball.
Yeah.
Now, what's that coach at Alabama name? Saban?
Nick Saban tried it with the Dolphins.
Now he's the freaking best college coach in the world.
Yeah,
but he's not a college.
There's a long list of it. You go back and you might remember Lou Holtz, I guess, coached the Jets and then had a lot of success in college. Steve Spurrier sucked with Washington. One of the greatest college coaches of all time. There are very few examples. In fact, I asked the trivia question last night, Tony. 3 coaches that have won college championships and Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, who kind of did it with Jimmy's team, basically, and then Pete Carroll, who's still coaching today. There you go. Those are the only 3. There are a lot more examples of guys that have flamed out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bobby Petrino tried it with the Falcons and quit mid-season. He was so bad.
He said, I can't do this.
Yeah, I'm out. So it's and look, part of it, Tony, that there are X's and O's coaches, like coordinators and stuff, but the head coach, he's got to know that stuff, but he's also got to be a communicator.
Absolutely,
know how to handle the guy.
You know, it's probably tough on the coach too, as well, because he's been coaching these teenagers for years now, and now
you start recruiting them when they're 15,
right? And
now you're talking to 30-year-olds.
Now you're bringing that same language to a 25, 30-year-old guy. It's not going to work.
Yeah. So anyway, he did his second team apology on Wednesday. I was really hoping to see a story about him apologizing again today. Just keep apologizing. What a mess they got there.
It's a mess, man.
So are we taking the Titans to beat them on Sunday?
Pretty much. I know the Titans.
They stink right now too.
But there's the thing. Last week, the Titans lost both of their receivers. Their starting
Julio
receivers
and AJ
were
Brown.
gone. If they had both of those receivers, just wouldn't have had a chance. I mean, Henry still rushed for almost 200 yards in the game.
Yeah.
They just had no receivers to throw the ball to.
I'm kind of fascinated to see what that Jaguars team looks like on Sunday. Chandler brought up a good point when I told the story about all the players laughing. He said, I bet I can tell you who's not laughing. Trevor Lawrence, who before this year had never lost a game at any level. Yeah. He probably doesn't think this whole situation's funny now.
Not at all.
He's like, what the hell did I get myself into? I should have pulled an Eli Manning and said, I'm not coming.
He's really saying, what the hell is going on around here?
Right? Hey, it's just like me when I was in East Carolina. We won a lot of games when I was here. And when I got to the league, my first season, 2 games. We won 2 games the whole year.
You were like,
2-14. I was like, wow. this is not going to work. And then the coach got fired, and then Ron Myers came in.
And it got even worse?
It didn't get worse. It got a little better because we got a lot of good players because we're at the bottom of the poll. So we got a lot of good players. But when Raymond Barry came in, that's what turned the whole thing around.
Tony Collins joining us in the Pirate Radio studio. Shirley, do we have one more break? Let's do it right now. We'll come back. Tony Collins, ECU UCF prediction?
I have one.
All right, we'll find out what he has to say about the Pirates going to Orlando on Saturday when we return after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 for 0.9% for 72 months, plus $500 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership. Savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3,
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Heartscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Heartscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Heartscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was up 337 points and closed at 34,754. NASDAQ was up 152 at 14,654, and the S&P was also up 36 points at 4,399. That is a look at your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show. Here's Clip.
Let's wrap up our show and our Bud Light ECU report with a prediction from touchdown Tony Collins. It's the 3-2 Pirates heading to Orlando.
3-2. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Very good. To take on the 2-2 UCF Knights. Tony Collins, what happens on Saturday?
Hey, let me tell you, it's going to be a challenge for the guys. Going down there, the crowd is going to be crazy. I think we're going to play well. I really do. I really feel we're going to play well. I think our defense is going to play well. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. And I guarantee that we're going to win the game.
There it is. There it is. Well, I predict a win, and you can guarantee. This is a guarantee.
I guarantee that we will beat UCF on Saturday night, 27-24. That's the guarantee, baby.
What happens if we don't?
You guys got to think something up. I'm already one in the hole. I should, if I win, the mayonnaise thing should be
off the books.
Yeah, off the books.
I say yes to that. Troy will probably argue that.
Of course he will,
but he's not here,
and I still haven't got my steak dinner yet. So
yeah, if ECU beats UCF, no mayo. You're out of mayo duty. We got a guarantee from Tony.
Guarantee, baby. Let's go, ECU!
A guarantee from their defensive tackle. It's a guarantee off.
That's right.
Going on this Saturday. Tony, enjoyed it, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, you will.
All right, man.
I will be here.
Just like the Pirates, 3 in a row. Get Tony 4 in a row.
That's it.
That's awesome.
We're gonna win.
We will see you fine folks 3:00 on Friday on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farm.